Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday night Gundam Locals. Here tonight with me, I have a special co-commentator. If you want to introduce yourself real quick.
Nice to meet everybody. My name is Taidana. I usually do play the events pretty often every single week, but sometimes I do skip it. I wasn't planning to play this week, but Eagle decided to just bring me on here to commentate with him since I wasn't playing.
Yeah, I just want to say I think it'd be really fun to have a new perspective of someone who's played in these tournaments and has a lot more high level. I would say probably the most competitive player insights that we can get at this point, because we haven't had any regionals yet. But I'm really excited to showcase some new decks tonight. Is there anything you're excited to see, Taidana?
I mean, probably just something new. Probably. I mean, we saw most of the decks. We have seen the green white ramp before. We saw blue white both versions, the unicorn, the freedom version, both of them. Honestly, probably some Zaft. Honestly, haven't not really seen any red blue Zaft. That's probably what be most excited to see, some red blue Zaft. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, if we go to table 13 here, we can go ahead and get things kicked off with a deck I don't think we've had a chance to showcase before. So if we want to all make ways over there, we'll get ours set up here. Players are shuffling up. We're going to decide who goes first and second here shortly. Yeah, definitely have a chance to see a lot more new stuff tonight, just because players probably a little bit more cards in hand. I know some stores have products early. Technically, Street Day isn't until Friday, so I wouldn't expect to see that many real cards, but there's a chance you might see some of those.
You do see a lot of people just posting their pulls too, so we might see some new cards tonight, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. Is there anything you're personally chasing in this set for alt art wise, or are you just
I'm just
kind of
really want
chilling?
to do want to bling out my blue white deck since I do play the blue white the most. I'm definitely interested in bling out just the Operation Meteor because all the Operation Meteor cards because I do like the series.
Yeah, it's just like that series. I know it's a sweet spot for a lot of people growing up when they're watching Gundam. Is just here in the U.S. at least is that and Seed in particular, right?
It's definitely those two. Then I mean more older generation is probably just the OG Gundam series for the older generation, but really for our generation around our age is definitely the Wing Zero, the Operation the Wing series, and also the series are definitely the most the two popular. Then obviously we do have the modern day. It's super popular with the Academy for the Witch of Mercury, super popular, more modern day series.
Yep. Well, our players are getting things up here, and I just want to emphasize this for everyone here. These are two different decks we're going to be seeing tonight that we have not showcased at all of these locals. So I'm really excited about that. But things getting kicked off. I don't think we have rolled because we do have the EX resource for our bottom player side for Prussia, and top we got Cray 317. I'm really digging the Final Fantasy map there with the Chocobo. I think it's really cute. And what's that playmat on the bottom? I'm not quite sure what
I
that
can't
is.
tell. It looks like it's some type of anime playmat.
Yeah.
I need to if he rotates it, I can probably tell, but I can't tell unless I rotate it because I need to look at the what's that? There's a label, probably the character name. Then there's a male character on the right side.
Yeah, but nonetheless, players are setting up shields now. We're just counting down the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to be kicking things off here. So I think a really fun discussion point to go over, because I've seen this a lot in Facebook groups, especially for a lot of first-time TCG players. Do you feel like the first versus second decision is game breaking to the point where your win rate skews 20+% if you go first or second?
It depends on what your deck. Honestly, most decks going first or second does not really matter that much. I think the only deck that really skews your win rate percentage has to be green white ramp. Having having that EX resource while you're playing green white ramp helps you get to your level 8, which is your wing 0 much faster, and requires you not have to double ramp. Ramping once is usually enough.
Yeah, but our players have actually shown off. We both had a one drop, one of them being a Zaku 1, the other being, I believe that's the 2-1 Jin. But we see support going on Zaku 1 immediately. 3 damage. That's breaking the EX base. And we're showing we are playing a Zeon aggro over on our top player side.
That's just that looks like a Zaku Marine on the other player's side. So we know they're playing subtype red, but most likely I assume it should be just like a red blue ping deck, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, we're definitely doing trades right. We said, hey, we recognize you can put so much pressure onto me that I need to start respecting what
Oh,
you could
that's
do.
bad on the player side. He passed with 3 up. That's actually a lot of loss of tempo there, having not having a 2 drop to play right there.
Yeah, because just reading what that means, we probably have our high level units. If we had a pilot, like if we had that many pilots, we would easily just put them on our unit to give us a little bit more survivability. But we see, I believe that's the Justice Gundam there,
No, that's
right?
the Freedom Gundam.
Or that's Freedom. That's Freedom. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Freedom Gundam. So it looks like it's a white-red deck playing some sort of more early game tempo pieces in the white-red deck.
Yeah, but
So
we've seen
like
a lot of the clip dumps there for that Zeon player.
yeah, looking honestly from this point, I think we're most likely the Zaft player is probably just gonna die here. Honestly, looking at this point, having him skipping a 2 drop where he could have played a Lifrith or is a ward, like missing just 2 resource there is pretty game breaking when the opponent looks like opened really well with all the 1 drops, including the support on level 2 to help break the EX bases, even though he was going first. So he opened a perfect going first curve into our Zaft. It looks like white red Zaft, probably Justice most likely, and it's just not looking good. If at least if he had a base to play, even though if he didn't have a unit play, we could have slowed this game down a little bit. But it looks like he's just taking a lot of hits next turn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make a read here. I think this is just a really high level unit hand. Uh, like the bright side is our turn 1 play on level 2 is able to trade over 2 bodies, so we are at least like curbing the aggro a little bit. But like you said, like we have a Zaku 2 to go with another vanilla Zaku 2 that breaks a base even. So if they had one, it's going to eat up very little. But we see Kashtira coming down here. I believe that is right
Kashtira and
with
the
Merida.
that's
Okay,
pretty. That's pretty good.
this will change tempo really well. In my
I
opinion.
mean, it's not bad, but he's still taking 3 hits though.
Oh, that's true because we're not doing enough damage here on this link.
Yep, it's just like it only does 1 ping damage to 1, but he decided to save his Zaku Marine and just ping down the Gaza D, right? Well, I think that's what it's called. And he plays, what is that base?
I think is this ours?
Oh, it's a desert base. It looks like no, it's not the desert base. It's a 1-drop base. That's a level. No. Oh, it's the red base that gives +1 AP. That's what it is. It was a proxy. That was hard to tell, but it's the red
Oh,
base. Yep,
Vesalius.
yep. But it looks like the red white player. He's taking three hits here.
Uh, I
No,
I
he's
don't
down to
think that
2.
is. I don't think that is Vesalius. I think that's the
That that's
Paloa base.
no, that's Vasile. It's like it's showing level 3, 1 cost. It's Vasile.
Our vanilla is that 6 HP or 5 HP? I can't quite tell there.
Which one are you talking about?
The base on the top. I don't think that is. I
It's
think
that's a
that's
5 HP base.
okay. Well, nonetheless, we'll figure out here sooner than later.
Well, it's the +1 attack power base. If you just like zoom in on it, it's just the +1 attack power base.
Yeah. But anyways, getting Marita on board does help us a little bit, but we've just taken so much damage, and I don't really see a world like you're saying that we can come back from this. Like tempo is just so against us right now.
So he's playing red, white. So if he goes Cashier here, and he can ping 3 times. So 1, 2. He can clear 1, 2. I think he can actually swing him back here if he has a Cashier link here or Merida, because he can ping 3 with that link, and he has an air ping on board, right? So he could deal with he could deal with both the standing units with a Cashier with a Merida link. Then he can get rid of all 3 of the rest of the units, so he can full clear the board if he has a link here.
Yeah, so there is an out, but we gotta make sure we have the cards. Like seeing how the swing goes, declaring our pings on. Yeah, we're swinging into that easily. You'll be taking 1 damage back. You're pinging on one of the two active because those are the ones you cannot interact with, like you're saying here. Like our goal is to deal with all these units we can't
So
deal
he
with.
has an L strike link here.
Ale with Marita do anything? Oh, that's actually what we're doing. Ale Marita, so we're probably bouncing to Vanilla Zaku too.
Well, L and Marita doesn't do anything because Marita's ping damage thing is only on link. So L and Marita's not on link. It's on pair. That's on pair.
So it's just extra HP at this point that remove the body.
Well, it's not really the extra HP. It's just a bounce. It's just like a one cost bounce because you use a pilot for the bounce.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, like we're just tempoing. We have a little bit extra HP, so if we are doing trades, we have a way to deal with it.
And I guess he did not want to bounce the charred Zaku too because he didn't want to give a link. I don't think it would have mattered. Probably would have bounced the charred Zaku 2 here because it costs 2 instead of it costing 1, right? I don't think the plus you don't want him. You really don't want to destroy him. Give him a top 3 search, right? Honestly, because the Zeon Rush player is running out of hand size at this point.
Yeah, I'm just kind of taking a look, see what the rest of our metagame for tonight looks like. And I don't think anyone would really be surprised if we say there's a lot of blue white or we say there's a lot of Operation Meteor style decks. Like, I think those are just like the two most popular archetypes for sure. But we definitely have a good bit of red after it being like the big, like, underdog color for the longest time because the color just wasn't great in the demo decks. And we had like some cards that people liked playing, but they weren't the high value ones that really like make the payoff for playing a color.
Do we have everybody's fan favorite Academy deck? Any Academy decks tonight?
Are there any Academy decks? So I'm taking a really quick glance, and there's 8 decks that broke my deck filters. I'm not quite sure what those decks are entirely, but I can probably get an idea here in a second. Let me take a look as we have. I mean, it's not lethal yet, but it. Or dumping clip. We said, "Hey,
Yeah.
good luck."
So he can swing, ping, adopt. That gets rid of unit. So that gets rid of 2 units just with the Kashtira. Swing with Marita. Then he has 3 more units on the board. He has 5 resources. So I probably it's just probably the best way to slow it here is probably just either play two drop blockers or play Perfect Strike with a 2-drop blocker or just play another L Strike Link because the L Strike Link gets rid of 1 body and can block another body. But right now he can with just 1 swing he can get rid of 2 bodies for sure, and it's just how to deal with the 3 other bodies. Honestly, playing a base would not be bad either here because he could just block the 3 damage swing from the Charzaku, the other Charzaku.
And then everything else after just doesn't really matter.
Well, the other 2, because the player has 0 cards at hand, so he could do 4 damage to the base. Then he can just replace the base if he has 2 bases at hand at this point.
Yeah, we can just like basically pivot to like a full, almost, I guess, kind of starve method at this point, right?
Well, it's just like he's just playing for board, yeah. And he 100% goes to ping on the up. Yeah, that's correct here. We just have to see what follow up he has here. We could definitely make a good assumption he has a decent amount of top end, or he's bricked on pilots in hand because he passed on level 3 resource and did nothing on the 3 resources. So unless he drew into a 2-drop, it most likely doesn't have weenie blockers, which is the lift for Vizora in his hand at this point. So he looks like he's tapping 2. Okay, he does. I guess he drew into 1 and 3. Yep. Ooh, that's a little weak. I think if it was a perfect strike there, it would have been really strong.
Yeah,
But I think did not see what did the Zeon player search into with the top 3 search from the Charzaku LR? I didn't see what he searched.
I missed it. I was taking a look at some of the other decks that we have for tonight.
Yeah, I missed that too because I was just looking at the other players' board state.
Yeah, if I were to tell you guys that there is one deck people are bringing in like large quantities of. Would you be surprised if I told you people are on white green Operation Meteor now?
Well, it's the trend I think we see a lot from these webcam tournaments. It's just people all hop on the bandwagon of whatever won last week, and they all play it, right? Then we can see how it performs. Then because people said, oh, it won a big tournament, I think it's the best deck in format, kind of thing. So everybody hopped on. For example, like the alt tournament that we had last week, a lot of people were on red, blue, ping because red, blue, ping won that Wednesday. It's like, okay, this must be the best deck, and everybody hopped on it, kind of thing. So
Yeah, this week we have a lot of white green. It's actually a white green Operation Meteor. I did a different function on Limitless for searching it card wise, but it is so popular tonight. It is almost every single deck that is not defined in Limitless now.
I wonder if it would be interesting to see a mirror and see how well practiced the players are at playing the white green Operation Meteor.
I mean, the mirror I feel like is just like who turbos up to their top and the fastest. You don't like you are going to emphasize wing zero to get the high maneuver to swing through breach with wing. Death Scythe, if you can get a good trade with Death Scythe, it's good, but I don't feel like it's like a required card for the matchup.
I think Death Sight is actually really key in the matchup, in my opinion, in the Operation Meteor, because if they're all playing the version last week where we just put all the big guys on our board and we just keep playing big guys, the best way to get a plus on your trade with a big guy is Death Scythe, in my opinion. I think Death Scythe is probably the key card in the mirror, in my opinion.
Yeah. But also for anyone that is watching here on the stream, if it's your first time here, welcome. I just want to make sure you guys are enjoying this content. We are in the middle of round one of our webcam locals. We have 28 pilots coming out tonight, and we have a poll here in chat right now. If you guys want to see a certain color in particular, we'll do our best to find it for y'all. We try to follow the winning decks just to showcase, like, hey, this is some cool, unique options that we have for players here tonight. But make sure you go ahead and vote for what colors you want to see here. This matchup looks like it is a
It's
wrap.
over. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a wrap. The white red player just conceded because it looks like it doesn't have a base in hand, so it's just over.
Let's go ahead and go to table A. I kind of want to bully our friend Levi here.
Yeah, let's go to the table.
So Levi is a player that a lot of people are very familiar with. He won Eggman's first win-a-box tournament for Gundam. And in addition to that, he's just been a very strong and consistent performing player here at the Eagles Nest webcam locals. But he always brings these, I would say, like, uh, he would bring a slight flavor twist of like a very common popular deck archetypes like blue white control. He was probably one of the first ones to really emphasize the unicorn side package. And just seeing he is the player on the watercolor playmat on the bottom part of this screen tonight. Looks like he is on blue white control, emphasizing unicorn again.
Yep, and he's playing against the white green Operation Meteor. So we're swinging 6 first strike into his unicorn. That's really big for the white green player.
Yeah, now it's all like upward momentum for them, right?
Yeah, it looks like the white green player is not playing the list that won last week. It seems like a more anti aggro list because we do see the duos Leo here on the board, which I personally am not really a fan of, really, because like I understand it helps you against the aggro matchup, but honestly, like you could just playing the 2-drop blocker is probably just better most of the time because it's a blocker in my opinion. It's just like it's pretty cute because it gives you more links with duo, but most of the time, like honestly, you probably would just want to be linking duo on your death scythe or just like slapping it on slap putting like duo on any of your like big units just for the stats.
I mean, there's also the mid-range death scythe that repairs one too, right?
Yeah, but that one I honestly like feel it's better in like a blue green version rather than a white green version because the blue version lets you play the draw two, which the show result lets you play draw two, so you can also play Rezal to play a more mid-ranging like version to play more 4 attack power units against all the blockers. That's why I feel like it's much better. But it looks like Levi's honestly in a pretty bad spot here. It depends like what's the clapback here from Levi, but the opponent does have just a 5/7 high maneuver wing zero on board, a Death on here that's 6/6 that has to require a link to trade over.
And we're tapping 5. We know this is the Kira L Strike combination. We get a bouncy unit to hand. Bouncing that duo's Leo there. And
He's just swinging into the wing zero to clear it here probably.
yeah, I was going to say we're shrinking it by 2 AP, so we take 3 damage.
Yep.
Our blocker lives, and if we have an Archangel, we can restand the blocker here, but it looks like we're going for a Zwart, and Zwart's honestly a really cost-efficient unit. Not to mention, like, it's a level 2 drop. Like, I don't think there's anything bad about the card besides the fact that it can't attack face, but that's fine. Your goal is just to shield up your other units so you can attack face with everything else. And if you need to, you have ways to defend against pretty much any aggressive swings in the early game. But we're tapping. This is another wing zero. We're blowing up that
Oh,
Zwart,
that
and
is so bad for Levi. He nukes his entire board.
like, okay, so how often can you realistically play around 2 wing zeros existing? I don't think it's that realistic,
It
is it?
depends on your hand when you're playing blue white. You could play around 2 of them. The best way, like honestly, is just not sitting on your blockers. You have to swing your blockers out because if like sometimes you hope they don't have it, but if they do have it, the best way to get values off your blockers after the first one is just swing all your blockers outward and try and rushing them down their life. Because like if you just sit on it and he drops the second one, you just lose the game because he already did 3 damage to all your units, and no pilots in the game gets around that for you because the best pilot you can put under your blue-white blockers is just Bonneger, right? It makes them a 6/6. But it doesn't play around because playing around 2v0, that's 6 AoE. You just have to put enough pressure on them that forces them to like have an answer.
Yeah, and we're just playing a unicorn passing
Yeah.
turn here. We're not dead at least, unless they have double link, which is like double wing, double hero, which
It's
that
pretty
hand's like
unlikely. It's pretty unlikely here.
it's like a 3 card hand.
Yeah. But just playing down the unicorn here just feels so weak. You're paying 6 just to play a 5/4. If the opponent was on the L Strike version, or the more greedy version that won last week, if he just bounces the unicorn here, Levi just automatically loses because he just committed like 6 resources to play a 5/4.
And we're seeing 2 shows so far. In life, we see
In
another
their
unicorn.
unicorn, it looks like Levi has 2 cards in hand, and most likely from the spot, I think Levi just loses from the spot with 2 cards in hand.
Like, even if you chain a high roll, like, there's not a lot you can really do. But anyways, how is our poll looking for next round? What are players wanting to see? Looks like red, green are the 2 most popular colors. So let me go ahead and take a look at our winning players so far, just so we can kind of prep for next round a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're just submitting it like it's just getting like submitted here with like the victory for the white green player here.
Yep, this was not the table that we watched earlier. We actually have one archetype I haven't seen a whole lot of until tonight being played, but that is lots of Zeon. I
So
think,
Levi just has to hope he has a last life base here probably to survive, because he needs to go. He needs a pilot under the unicorn to swing over the wing zero that's unblockable, then rest the other wing zero that has breach 5, the wing Gundam that's breach 5. Then he probably needs an L strike combo here to get rid of the other wing and bounce in their unit probably to do a Leos's hand just to have less value, but the white green player he just has no cards in hand. So if Levi can stabilize here, he has a chance. But I think he really needs a last life base here to live.
yeah, and if anyone has seen the hands moving there, I think they're just trying to refocus their camera from the looks of it.
Oh, never mind. He does. Is that his resource? Oh, he has 3 cards in. Actually, I thought that was like his resource, but he actually has 3 cards in. Yeah, I think the white green player just has it here. Honestly, Levi has probably like I think 3 cards in his hand because he drew for turn. Or he has
Yeah,
more than 3. Like it looks like it's hard to tell. Like 4 maybe.
like your best high roll is like doing the whole unicorn link, draw, swing, go into destroy mode, link, draw,
Well, I don't.
swing.
Is he
But
playing the
that's
other unicorn? I don't think he's playing the other unicorn.
here, let me take a look. Like, I'm just trying to think of like what's a realistic out we can see.
He needs
Uh,
an L strike here. He just needs an L strike here, link here. He needs exactly L strike here because first you swing 7-6, right? Okay, he has the L strike. He swings the unicorn in the 7-6 into the Wing Gundam 0, clears it, rests the Wing Gundam. Then he swings the. Okay, he has L strike armor here. It's a little weaker. So probably just bounce the Leo, tap down the Wing Gundam.
Makes sense because anything that has breach, you want to swing over. Because if you don't
Well,
swing over it now, they're going to get damage against you anyways.
No, he wants to swing over the Wing 0.
Oh, because of high maneuver.
He has high maneuver 5, yeah. The breach doesn't matter because he needs exactly a pilot to get enough attack power to beat breach anyway.
Yeah, chat's saying they want to see some green-red Zeon. No worries, chat. We will get you guys some green-red Zeon for next round. Because we actually have quite a bit of people playing it tonight.
Does he swing over the...
Are we getting action timed here with the commands?
Oh, that's interesting. He didn't swing over the Wing 0 unblockable. Okay, yeah, okay. I was about to say he should swing. That makes a little bit more sense.
He probably said, "I'm going to swing into the Wing Gundam," and he's like, "Okay." He's like, "No, I'm talking like the Wing Gundam 0," and he'd be like, "Oh, okay."
So he has 1 life here. The opponent has 3 slings. It depends on if the opponent has a pilot here. A pilot here would be really strong here.
I mean, if he has pilot here, it's game, isn't it? Because he can swing Wing Gundam. Oh, actually, you can. Yeah, you swing Wing Gundam into Lifrith. It doesn't matter who he blocks with, because any pilot gives him up to 6 attack, and then he can swing the. Oh no, I guess he can block the next attack. Well, no, you do the.
No, it's we have
guaranteed
guaranteed game here. That's what I'm saying. Like Levi needs a last life base. He has like guaranteed game here.
Yeah, just because that breach map.
But he needs a pilot. He needs a pilot. But okay, he has a pilot. He needs a pilot. Okay, now you just swing Wing Gundam, the 7-7 into Lifrith here for the breach.
Yep, and you don't care which unit that blocks with it. Yeah, the misplay is swinging life, but it is swinging into Lifrith. Breach happened.
Breach, yep. Nope, yep.
It's a pilot, and
He's
now
dead.
if he, yeah.
Unless he has a Hawk in his hand to bounce the Wing Gundam to his hand. And Death Cipher game. Yep, looks like Death Cipher game.
Could be double unforeseen. Okay.
Death Cipher, it can't. Double unforeseen doesn't.
Oh wait, you're right. You're right because it has
duo can't be reduced by enemy's effect. Yep.
Okay, so that is that game here. We got about 9 minutes left in round. I think if we hop into a game, it probably won't have a whole lot of value here for us. So let's go ahead and take it over to all of our little sellouts for tonight. For anyone who does not know, when we say sellouts, we're just referring to all of our events going on here. But the first thing we want to push is Sundam. If you guys are familiar, we're not the only online organizers for Gundam. Sundam is a group based out of Germany. I believe their main organizer, Becker, yep, he is playing here tonight. And he has a special event. Rather than their normal Sundays, they have an event on Saturday where it is a €10 entry. They are very friendly to anyone who wants to play from across the sea. So if you're in North America and you want to play, you guys are welcome to join for their events. They have little thresholds where you get free shipping. So if you guys are competing for the guaranteed box of price support, I think they technically will add more too, based on the player count. You guys will be eligible to get the product shipped to you. But what way would we go if we didn't have yet another online Gundam event? Eggman's Triple Win-A-Box is going to be on that Sunday, the 27th. So if you guys are looking for some more high-level gameplay action, get that last-minute practice in before Gen Con, at least get another little good grasp of the meta, what people are bringing, this is going to be a very strong event sponsored by EXP Share Collectibles. Eggman does a whole lot for these communities here in the Bandai circles. So if you guys are interested in learning more, I definitely encourage you guys to check out both Sundam and Eggman for more Gundam content. So what do you think about that round one, Taidana? It was pretty scripted if you passed on 2 resources, we were saying, right?
Yeah, like the first match we watched, I think it was pretty much over based on like the red green Zeon's players can. He had a pretty strong opening hand with everything, like a lot of 1-drops, and the white red player not having a 2-drop to play on 3 resources probably just lost the game. And he saw 0 bases. That definitely, like when you see 0 bases against the aggro deck, it's I think you probably lose because unless you just like you're just playing not a lot of blockers and the red green player kind of like low rolls a little bit, but it seems like he had a pretty like strong high roll hand and it was a really like weak hand from the white red player, so it was pretty like determined. Like
Yeah. I would agree 100%. Like it was just so hard. Like even if you're playing with like a pretty strong deck that has like a decent curve, like assuming there's no Lifrith, that's a hard high roll for some decks to answer.
yeah, I mean even if he had his word there would have been fine. He just needed to stop his like EX base for being broken that fast, pretty much. Like that's really it. Like his EX base just got broken like instantly with the opener. I mean, I think another thing, a lot of people, like a lot of white blue players are not on. Is I honestly think we might like it could be a consideration for a lot of white blue players. I'm pretty sure nobody's on it, but the card we might see Naval Bombardment being a card that might come back for white blue. Honestly,
Just for the burst effect.
no, for the white green matchup.
Oh, okay. So we're pivoting from that match. Yeah, that makes sense because it helps you break those thresholds of the bigger units swing into you. It's not good into death scythe. I think is probably the biggest limiting factor of that card right now.
Yeah, the card does nothing for death side, but it does help a lot for like the hitting a 7 attack power against Wing Zero. Like just because Wing Zero is a 5/7, right? So hitting the 7 attack power does help. It allows also your like it allows your Zaward trade 1/1 with Death Scythe because it gives 3 attack power. So your 3/2 Zaward can just swing over a Death Scythe Link with Duo next turn.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Actually, I wasn't even thinking about that threshold because, like, a common thing we talk about here on the channel, like for these streams, for anyone who's joining us for the first time, like, there's lots of important thresholds to hit in this game. One of them being 3 attack in the early game to break an EX base, the other being 4 to break through naked blockers without pilot. But that's actually another really big one. It's just like getting to that 6 and 7 HP threshold or attack power to break those
Yeah,
thresholds, right?
because then you won't also because pilots only give you a max of 2 attack power with the current pilots we have right now. Uh, the only other way you would get in there 1 attack power is setting up like Gundam pair, like the RX pair, to give an air 1 attack power on your turn. But it could make it pretty interesting if blue white players start going back to playing naval bombardment because like for example the wing swings 7/7 pilot link into like for example a Lifrith or Zawar, and you just have a 4/4 blocker on board, right? You can just block with a 4/4 blocker, action timing naval bombardment. The 7/7, it's a 7/4 blocker that trades with their 7/7 wing. Yeah, they get the breach, but it becomes rather than wing becoming like a 3 for 2 kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because because it requires you to have a usually 2 units and 1 pilot to get rid of because it has 7 attack power. You can make the trait equalized, and that could make the white green matchup where you do have the draw 2, which is the show, make it a little bit more like even because you're not paying like a 3 for 2 for like the death side trade, a 3 for 2 for the wing Gundam trade. You can make it a like you can make the trade a little bit more equalized, so you can like start leveraging that. Like previously, the matchup was like how white blue beat like white green was just because I have a draw 2 and you don't have a draw 2, so the white green player runs out of resource
We can
eventually.
grind you out, yeah. But now it's like we have so much more higher top end units where it's like it's scary. Like you can get grinded out just from them having more big units.
Yeah, because you have to think because show resolve does plus you on your hand size, but it's so you gain 1 card additional every single time you play. So I think I'm pretty sure no blue white players on naval bombardment, but I do. It might be a
We'll see how Warlock
consider.
comes back.
It yeah could be a consider for like white blue players. Maybe it's time to play in like 1 or 2 naval bombardment. And you have to also understand we have much more like 2-drop blockers now. Before we're like limited previously on what 2-drop blockers now, but nowadays you could use naval bombardment on your Zaward, you can use naval bombardment on your Lifrith, right? It's like you have more options now. It doesn't always have to be like a higher value like blocker, and you also have to like it's not bad using naval bombardment on Freedom. Freedom's a 4/6 blocker, like just while any pilots under it.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, We have about 2 minutes left in the round. Tables are going to be wrapping up, hitting overtime. We're going to go ahead and move this over to a break. We'll grab some water, and we'll be back with round two with some more Zeon action for you guys here in chat, because I think you very overwhelmingly voted for red and green as your top two colors. So we'll look for that red-green Zeon player pilots for y'all. So we'll be back shortly. Hey guys, and we are back. Sorry that took a hot moment there. We are resolving some overtime procedures there. When you go into tiebreakers, you go by. We're using One Piece as like our TRM since we don't have an English one for Gundam yet. We did life cards. Players had the same number of cards in life, including bases. Then we went to units on board or cards in deck, units on board. It's like it. We went all the way down on tiebreakers. We're counting those cards, so that's what took us a little extra time there. But we should have our round two pairings up here. We're just waiting on one table to report. Let me make sure. Judge
Just
has.
table 7, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we have some more Zeon decks for you guys to watch here. I'm curious what the matchup's going to be once we get those pairings up. But I think it's a pretty unique build. It emphasizes some cards that we haven't seen played in a moment, or at least played yet in these Zeon decks. The new flexing guess is going to be a resource stack of 10 C++ resources. I think that probably would be a flex. I'm trying to think. I think it might be harder technically to get the promo resources to at least get a full set of 10 English ones.
Which promo resource are you talking about?
Like it's the red one, not the char one. It has the female character on it. I'm totally
Oh,
blank.
I know what you're talking about. That one's actually really easy to get. There's a
Is that the
lot
easy
of
one?
it's actually really easy. There's a lot of people selling playsets of that on eBay and both in the like the Gundam Discord.
I
So
guess it might be because the English language announcement is open,
no,
so people are.
they're selling the English version of it. It's really like available in supply. Like it's just like also like the price is going down since they announced that you can use
Any
resources from
language.
like any language, right? So the price is going down on those too
Yep.
because of
If we
that
want to
announcement.
hop over to table 5, we'll have our next round here shortly for y'all. But yeah, players are moving around there, getting ready to shuffle up just because, like I said, we just had those pairings go up.
Table 5. So it's let's see. So we know one of these players is going to be playing Red Green Zeon Aggro, or is it a more mid-range version here?
I believe this should be a little bit more of a mid-range build.
Okay. And what's his opponent playing?
I believe it is blue-white control with a little bit more unicorn emphasis on the top end.
Yeah, I think Blue White. Honestly, a lot of people are really like everybody's like on the unicorn thing. I'm still a big believer in just freedom, honestly.
Yeah, I think freedom gives you the most value for sure. I think people might be respecting a duo as a pilot,
But
perhaps more.
unicorn doesn't help you deal with Duo though, because Duo is unicorn's a 7/6 link.
Yeah, I think it's just the idea of like, hey, I can't shrink their attack. They have a duo, so like, what's the point of playing freedom, perhaps? But players are,
No. Like I'm saying, like freedom with Boniger is a 6/8 and that deals with Death Scythe.
yeah, I get entirely what you're saying.
It doesn't matter with the strength. I'm saying like Death Scythe trades 1-1 with the unicorn link, so you're spending 7 on the unicorn link, right? For a 7/6 that trades 1-1 with the Death Scythe. That's a 6/6 for 5.
Yeah. But so round one, we showcased white, red, and red, green. This round, we're showcasing red, green, and blue, white. We're hitting all the color combinations. We'll probably have a Operation Meteor player to showcase this next round, like real easily, if I had to guess. Just from the sheer number of them, like we have 8 players that broke my deck filter tonight, and most of them are Operation Meteor, with the exception of like one Zeon player.
I mean, it
Uh,
seems like the color choice tonight is just blue, white, and white, green, probably.
Yeah, because we technically have the 2 variants of blue white, because you have like full like blue white freedom where you emphasize like 3, even 4 freedoms. And then you have the unicorn variant that's like emphasizing a like 3/3 or 2/3 Boniger unicorn side package. Like I would say like you're using the same core, but they're very defined enough to be their own variants, right?
I think it just comes down to do you play unicorn or not? Because I feel like Boniger at this current metagame is the better pilot than Soletta. Because Soletta doesn't put you at the 6 attack power. But Banagher puts you at the 6 attack power though.
Yeah, I really love the idea that like we're just so early in the game where stat lines and fundamentals are just the most important things to understand. Like, hey, we want to make sure we have this extra attack, make sure we have the maximum HP we can provide to our units. But players are shuffled up. We got the EX resource out, so we are going to see them take things away. Top player gets a resource, draw for turn. You're probably going to see a pass here, as very few decks do anything on just level 1 resource.
I
But
assume the top player is playing blue white and the bottom player is playing red green.
just based on the resource sleeves,
Yeah.
yeah. But we
if I
see
had
paths.
if I had to guess.
Watch it be the other way around. Be like, hey, we're just trying to do this metagame of psyching you out there.
I mean, so far both players hasn't played anything, so we can't tell.
Yep.
Oh,
So
never
Zor
mind. It's the
coming.
other way around. Okay.
That's called the what is it? The mental games, psyching your opponent out. It's like if you're playing against someone in One Piece, they have a Nami playmat. You're like, oh, a Nami player, and then they're like Whitebeard, and you're like, oh, this might be really fast. And then we have the Zaku on the top, going with Char. We're going in high maneuver, break the base because we said can't do anything with that Zawart now. And honestly, it's not bad to
I
do it
feel like
early because you want the Char in the trash.
I feel like I wouldn't waste the char pilot there because the pilot doesn't matter on there. It just trades 1-to-1 with his award here.
Well, the thing is, like, once he's in the trash, you're able to start recycling him with Char's Gelgoog.
Yeah, that is, but you have to understand, a lot of Zeon lists are not playing a lot of copies of Char Galgu. It's probably they're mostly playing 2 to 3 copies. That card's really bricky in the Zaku deck because so it's I feel like it's better to save a Char for a link there when the opponent probably plays either the underground base if he's playing white green or if he's playing blue white to help break a 5 unless the person's hand he has a lot of chars in hand. I feel like it was kind of a waste of a char there.
But we didn't see this work trade into it. We
That's
just saw it
actually
away and pass.
that's actually the
Ours,
I'm surprised he didn't trade that there. I feel like it was very weak. That's such a good trade to get rid of an unblockable of unblockable 5 attack swing.
I think we're just scared of giving them a search here. Because, like, giving consistency to aggro, I guess, is pretty rough. But,
I mean, it's
like you're saying, like, it's a body you can't deal with.
I don't think it matters giving consistency to aggro because you also have to understand since like he wasted a char pilot, like the top 3 searches bottom decks all the pilots they search. It can only search a unit. So I definitely would have liked a swing here into the Charizard to get rid of it so he just doesn't like take a free damage here. He just took extra damage for no reason. Like, and there's no point to be about being greedy about your Zawar blocker because most of the time your Zawar blocker is probably just going to become a 1-1 trait, 1-to-1 trait anyway. Because
Yeah,
it
like
has only
you're not going for value because it has, like you're saying, a lot of attack, very little HP.
yeah.
It's enough HP to not get bounced by like all the cantrip style effects. But we do have AL coming down. Yeah, this board is pretty massive really quickly. I if you have an
I
Amuro here, does it matter? I don't think
it doesn't matter
Amuro.
what like it doesn't matter what pilot whatever like if he puts a pilot he just bounces the token regardless. And he's passing again here. I think I'm like what I'm seeing here. The white green player is just. I feel like he's just being too greedy, like with his like board. Because I guess he's trying to be greedy for a wing 0 play. I assume like he's trying to get to wing 0, but like as a ward, you might as well get the early like the as much life you can save early long is probably the best, right? In my opinion. And I guess the only value trade here he can get with Zaward is just blocking the token.
And which unit is this here?
It's the unit that on attack you can destroy a blocker. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, so we have even more incentive to like use that
Zaward block.
Zwart in the swing now, yeah.
And now he blocks, yeah. And so instead of like now we can see here instead of Zaward trading with a Char Zaku with a Char under it, getting a 1 for 2, he went neutral and traded for a 1-drop Zaku 2 that he could swing over for a value trade.
And there's the wing there, bird mode. I'm curious if is he trying to fish for a first contact out of life? Like, is this hand that high in levels where you just hope you see that?
I think the white green player is just probably dead here. He like not trading with that Charzaku, he took 3 extra hits from that Charzaku by not trading with it. He just took 3 hits from that for not trading with that.
Yeah, we're seeing at level, was it 6 now? Yeah, so 4 puts down another ale, and we just hope we have 2 pilots to go with it. Like, we pitched a hero
No,
U.
it's he puts down a wing, not L.
Wing.
Yeah, we didn't
Oh
see
yeah,
what
that's right. It's
he did.
also 4.
Yeah, he didn't decide what he wanted to play yet. But I think he's just dead here.
Yeah, because you can swing over the.
Like he can't even get to level 8 next turn for wing 0 because he's at level 6 right now. He's just dead.
Yeah.
And the other player has 5 units on board.
Yeah, already seem to be a little bit late to do anything. While we're watching this, I'm going to take a look at some of the other builds. We do have an Academy deck tonight.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, now he finally swings over the Charzaku, but it's like I feel like it got enough value. Like it got enough value at this point, and he gives them the top. I guess the top 3 stars that he didn't want to give the opponent. I do see like I see it like it might be having to do with like this player might have watched some gameplay of the white green player that played last week in your alt tournament, but sometimes you can't be too greedy with your units. Like understand like the white green is a greed deck, right? You're trying to greed, but being a little bit too greedy doesn't do it. I mean, he bounces the token here, and he has to hope last life is a base or he's just dead.
Yeah, so he bounced the Char unit
Charzak,
there.
yeah,
Like, I think he's just thinking, oh, that has the most attack. Let's get rid of it.
and he has to get rid of the EX resource because he used the EX resource for this. But I don't think it
Yeah.
matters. But he's probably dead here. It doesn't matter
I'll,
unless he he
I'll make
needs.
sure they know after this.
Well,
But
he needs exactly a base as last life.
you're going to shrink to attack on probably the goofier, swing into that. But like, you just have to think, like, players are so excited because this Friday is the release event, so we'll all get a chance to actually have the cards in hand. Like, we've already talked about what alts are we excited. Yeah, there we go. He fixed the EX resource there.
Yeah, I mean it's the Zeon player just swings 1 here and hope if it's a base, okay. But if it's not a base, he's just dead. Like it's game over. Like
Yeah, but for all 60 of you guys joining us here tonight, first of all, welcome. We hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Yeah, but like I say, just want to welcome everyone here tonight. We're in the middle of round 2 of our 28 player. I was about to say One Piece, our Gundam webcam local. And we're able to showcase a few different strategies tonight. The one we're showcasing right now is
I,
this mid-range Zeon. We showcased white-red coordinator round 1. If you guys want to see anything in particular, feel free to drop it in the chat. We'll do our best to find it for y'all. But I think we'll get another red-green Zeon player here in just a second.
he actually has 2 life left. Okay, but it is still dead here.
Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah. And that
Yeah.
is game. If we want to hop over to table 1, I think we can see a little bit more Zeon action. Now, this is a board state I would expect in this matchup. For everyone hopping in here, it looks like our Zeon player has gone very wide. We have the Char's Galgu. We're down to basically 1 card in hand. And when you see the late game for these aggro decks, you don't have ways to replenish your hand. So every single card and its value matters so much. Oh, we also have a Zaku Sniper too. And now we're going all in. I think this actually might be the reverse result of what we just witnessed. Assuming there's no base in life to save him here, it
Yeah, he needs
could
space
just
in
be
life. He
game.
needs space in life, or he's dead here.
Yeah, take the block with his word. That makes sense. Get rid of a 2 attacking unit.
It's a one attacking unit.
Oh, is that one attack?
It's a 1/2.
1-2. Okay.
Yep, base guy's dead. Yep.
Oh, and Saki.
Yep, it's game over.
There. Is 28 players the new record for Gundam events? That is the largest count we've had here at the Eagle's Nest. But Eggman did have, what was his 40 win a box in the beta format, like 64, 32 player count. So technically that was more, but that was a different format for the semantics there.
Which table would you like to hop to next?
So if we want to, let's just go ahead and hop table 2. Let's take a look at another Zeon player.
A lot of Zeon players tonight.
Yeah. Like I was saying, we are expecting to see a lot more. I
Is it
think we're
over?
having.
It's already over. It looks like it's over.
I think
No,
it's
it's not.
internet connection
Okay.
issues.
So it looks like 4 is playing blue white control, and the other guy's playing Zeon. Some kind of Zeon rush, I assume.
Yeah, this was the player we watched round 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to refocus the camera. We've got a lot of players here, so our bandwidth might be getting eaten up here.
Just looking at the current board state, I think 4 has won this game, most likely. Just looking at the current board state.
Yeah, just having the sword strike on board. It's pretty crazy. You got
based on
2 blockers. You got Rezel.
He has 6 resource up. He has 3 life, and he just played the base. I think he's probably got this.
Are there any green-red breach decks tonight? So Furch, from a really quick glance, I don't think there is. It is possible I missed it just because we have so many decks with the other filter. I have to really go through and just like basically fine tune our deck filters tonight, because how Limitless works is it looks for a card existing in the deck. So what my process is I try identifying the 2 colors first. So let's start by looking for Show of Resolve. We know it's a blue deck of some sort. Okay, cool.
I don't know what he played there. It's like the glare. It's hard to see what he played there.
Yeah. But then the next thing Limitless does is I tell it, okay, let's look for the secondary color by looking for like a common unit. So if we look Show Resolve, then we look for Ailstrike, you're seeing a blue-white control variant. And then I have it look for subsets after that for top end based on how many unicorns you might see or how many freedoms you might see. So it's a little hard to see if we have any particular archetypes like that, but I don't think we did when I was glancing through. Yeah, our players here, 4 has a very strong board of blockers. We have Launcher Strike, we have Perfect Strike, we have a Sideways Zwart that actually swing into a unit, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah, he put a
Bonniger.
He put a Bonniger under it to make sure it doesn't die from the swing. Or a Benager under it.
Yeah, we actually still have cards in hand as the Zeon player. So I'm very curious what they are. It is a Gaza de Sleeves. So that is support 2.
Is that Launcher Strike he has there? I can't see.
Yeah, it's Launcher.
Okay, it's Launcher Strike. Okay.
And that's Char's Gelgoog, I believe. Going to pitch, recycle that Char back. I think this is like one of the cool card designs. We don't really see a lot of aggressive decks wanting to pitch card to recycle cards from trash ever, because that's normally like what, purple mechanic. So the fact that we can see this in set 1 for green, I think is so cool. 2 blockers, 4 swings, so we can get him down to 0 life. I think the goal is to get him down to 1 life, though.
Yeah, you swing the 3 first. Wait, blocks. What was that?
It looked like it was a pilot.
Yeah, it looks like a pilot.
My guess is
support. He swings an air 3 here, which it blocks with the Launcher Strike. Yep. I wouldn't swing this in. Unless does that have 1 HP left in there? I can't tell. The dice is there. It looks like does that have 1 HP left? Is that a 3 damage on there? Can't tell.
Looks like we had another Bonniger there.
Yeah. So 4 can clear. Sword Strike clears 2 units. If 4 has another base here, I think he's pretty safe here. If he just has another base here.
Real quick.
Oh, Kira with so he minuses 2 on the Galgu, most likely here. So makes Galgu a 3 for the turn.
Okay, we're fixing the games. Oh, we're fixing the game state there. We didn't have the damage counter from the swing.
Yeah, so it's Sword Strike. I mean, Sword Strike just swings into Gaza D here, bounces the char token to hand. It just Sword Strike into Galza D here, -2 on the Galza D, bounce the char token to hand. And Charizard token to hand, that gets rid of 2 units. Then he has 2 more units he has to get rid of, and he's probably has to turn these blockers sideways anyway, depending. Okay, he has a base. I think he's he's in a really safe spot here. He just needs a full clay to board here.
Yeah, so swinging him down to 0 actually was beneficial because we deny 1 card draw technically, but just the fact that we get wiped here could be rough because I don't think
Well,
we have any cards.
he didn't really like it. Technically, didn't really deny a card draw because it was a Boniger anyway, so he added it to hand.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. It was a Bonager. But yeah, chat. What do you think about that? So much Zeon this round. Round 2 to round the Zeon players.
That's interesting. Looks like you gave them minus to the Gaza D to make a 0. That's interesting. So I guess assuming that he's swinging Sword Strike into the sleeves here, minusing 2 on the sleeve. Oh, no, he's swinging into that. Yeah. He gave them -1. He took 2 damage. What? So that takes 2 from that. Okay, so the Zor has 1 HP left. Okay, that makes sense. I see.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot that matters here now because you're going to use Archangel, restand 1 blocker. And...
He doesn't have enough resource to restand their block with Archangel. He probably just passes here, and there's no point in swinging here.
Yeah, you don't want to give them any cards because if you give them any card, okay, we draw our life with the base, but we have a way to break that threshold real easily.
Well, I mean, it's probably game here. The Zeon player has 1 card in hand. It's game over.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing we can't swing with into life is this war. I don't think that matters, like you were saying there. The math.
It matters if he doesn't have an Air Link in hand. It has a last life base trigger.
Yeah, starting with the show though, we're just going to draw 2, make sure we have as many options as possible. That's one thing I don't think a lot of players like really take into account. Is like you always want to start by giving yourself the best options if you are trying to find like the highest quality turn.
I think he was probably most likely looking for something to link with, so he has guaranteed game, even though if it's a last life base trigger, that's probably looking for a narrow link. That's what he's probably looking for.
So AL comes down, 1 resource it's possible for a pilot.
Yeah, he's just going for a game. I don't know why he swung that first though. Does it have a pilot under it? I can't see.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, did I have a pilot under it?
We just did not do math there, I think, is what happened.
It should have been 4. Oh, he just wasted a swing. Okay, I was like confused for a second. Yeah, I think he might be like playing a little like. It looks like he's like rushing a little bit. That's why he messed up the swing there. That might have mattered. Now he doesn't have game.
I mean, regardless, like
he's probably not.
You're staring down 2 cards in hand. Yeah, he's going to say, you know what, man, I'm not even letting you swing at it. I'm just going to scoop here.
Yeah. I mean, technically, he's 2 cards in hand. He technically could have lost to if you gave him 2 chars and he had double char link. He could have lost to that, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess that is the high roll in response.
Well, he doesn't even need the second char link. I guess if he drew like a Galgu, he could discard 1 card for the Galgu link, and I mean, there's a chance he could have lost.
Yeah. So we've watched all the aggressive players. Let's take a look at table 7. Take a look at Operation Meteor against Blue-White Control. So we were talking like, hey, do we think anyone adapted their deck list for this week? Do we think they had a way to respond better to white green, or do we think they're just going to simply play board better, play more defensively, have a way to answer these boards? And I don't think we're seeing any super heavy tech besides extra unicorns. Yeah, I think that seems to be the most popular way for people to address this. Actually, I think this is probably the closest to what you're saying. It's actually really high on Boninger count. We still have a good amount of freedoms, but then we have a few extra unicorns. So I think it's definitely a lot more the style you would be playing if you were playing this week. I do like the Digimon cards as our resources here. It's like, you know what? I don't really want to proxy resources. I'm just going to use these backwards Digimon cards. I'll show you my roots of what other games I play. I mean, we're showcasing Digimon playmat, Yu-Gi-Oh playmat at the top, so a little bit of chaos. But we're all here for it. Gundam's been a game that's brought a lot of people into either the TCG realm for the first time or back into the TCG realm. Because I know a lot of people took breaks from card games because they weren't happy with the current formats, and it's just so refreshing
How
to
many
play into something like this.
cards? I don't know that this thing was correct from the white blue players, or I'm sorry, the white green players side. Because if Marissa's just has a freedom here, it gets punished really hard here for swinging that L strike in.
Yeah. Oh, also hello to you in chat, Ben. I saw the video you and Garrett put out today. It was it Cards with Garrett, I think is what the channel is. For anyone who doesn't know, Garrett's the person who won our beta win and alt this weekend, and Ben Ferris and him were basically crafting the deck together, and they made a really nice high quality video this morning, or at least it was published this morning. So if you guys haven't had a chance, definitely give a watch there. I think it's worth your time, especially if you just want to learn or hear more about Gundam content. We've definitely seen a big rise of not players, but content creators in the past like 2 weeks, just because cards are coming out. People are excited. We want to be playing this game. Yeah. Oh, did Risu, did you find the link, my man? You're on top of it in chat here. Cards with Garrett. Yep. Risu's on top of the chat. So if you guys are on YouTube, you can go ahead and find the video I'm talking about right there in chat. But yeah, so talk about our board state though. Like our white green player, we've been grinded out, and this is typically what brings a lot of the advantage to the blue white player, like just playing late game, playing for draw, because we have show of resolves. White green doesn't have that. So they really have to get the value early and have those high quality units often.
Yeah, they have probably had to play like the really greedy version that we saw before, but I think Marissa's probably has it from this point. Like the white green player is out of cards in hand at this point.
Yeah, and also like you were saying earlier, like putting a Bonager on a freedom just makes it so Death Scythe can't like even KO it with first strike. They're still going to get the 2-for-2 trade.
Well, you get it's not the 2-for-2. You get the freedom survives with 2 HP left from that trade.
Well, I'm saying they're going to first strike into you and then you attack into. So technically, I could clarify a little bit more, but yeah.
No, the first strike doesn't work because the first strike only works if you kill the opponent in combat before. It's like the first strike doesn't work because
Well, yeah,
the freedom
you
doesn't
still
die.
you still do 6 damage, but then you do 6 damage again. Like the idea is like you just swing into it twice and you get the same result.
No. I'm saying like like yeah, you get 6 damage, but the freedom kills the death scythe, right? So it becomes more like a 3-for-2 for that's advantage on the blue white side.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just talking like inefficiently swing, but it doesn't matter because like boards that we have here, we're tapping things down. We got Bonager, we got Unicorn. We just said this is the best way for us to go about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not really a great exchange there. Like, you're going to be able to get the 2-for-2 if you're really forcing it because you'll get the block. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's what you want to do, but like you just negate the fact that they get a free 2 cards. But yeah. Just like we're saying though, like this board is pretty late game in state. If we get any more shows, it just pushes our advantage even further. But we have lethal presenting on board as well, and I don't
Well,
think we have a way to answer
well,
3 bodies.
the what's it called? Princess like just won because the white green player ran out of cards in hand and she has the board. So it doesn't the life triggers doesn't matter honestly. At this point, the white green player has ran out of units. He's pretty much lost at this point. I mean, the best he could do with 2 cards in hand is just put the Hero Yui pilot that he got under from life under the Death Side swing into the Unicorn, force a block from the L. Then just play out 8-drop Wing Zero and nuke the. It gets rid of the perfect strike, so it clears 2 units on board, and he won't die because he has 2 life. That's probably the best 2 cards he could have in his hand.
Yeah, but even then, like, you're demanding a lot, and it doesn't immediately put you in a winning spot.
Yeah, but it still leaves Princess with 2 bodies on board, so she can swing both the bodies in, right?
Yep, and that's an Ale and Hero combination if I've seen one. Unless we're just trying to get
No, you put the you
first
100%
strike.
put you put it on the Death Side to get first strike because that gives a unit he has to put under the.
Yeah, because that's any Operation Meteor pilot for anyone here in chat. It's not just Duo that gives it. It's any Operation Meteor pilot.
There's not. Yeah, he just puts it under here on the Death Side, swings into the Unicorn, and Princess has to block with the L strike, but then she has 3 swings. And with guaranteed game because she will swing the Unicorn first, tap down the L strike. Then unless he has a base on last life, he's dead. So Princess has like guaranteed lethal here, but he just has to hope for last life base and just use the pilot on the Death Side to swing into the Unicorn and force the block. Let's like putting the pilot under the L strike doesn't do anything because I don't think he wants to bounce. Yeah, it just doesn't do anything. It just gives Princess more cards to play.
Yeah, so we actually opted for the Ale bounce, bouncing Ale. Watch there just be like a Kira top deck, so it's like, hey, guess what? We're back. I guess we do get the swing that we want here, but
so Death Side dies here.
It's because it's 4.
Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah, calculating.
Yeah, so this play is technically just worse here. So he lost the body, but I guess he's just like he's not dead. I guess, but he's not like really. He's not gonna win by doing this play. He's not playing for like a winning chance with this play, pretty much. So Marin says, "Yep, go 7, taps the blocker." He gets the ramp, a EX resource.
Oh, we have our Digi eggs for the EX resources.
Yep, Marin says plays out the L strike. That L strike probably L strike cure here that he bounces her hand. Yep, should swing the Gundam first if it's a last life in base. Well, just he can't block with that.
We're trading.
Oh, he wants to trade. Oh yeah, I mean like she doesn't lose.
You have to bounce, right? No, it's 4 HP. It's 4 HP.
It's 4 HP. That yep. She's trading here.
I mean, to be fair,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter because he has no cards on him, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, like it doesn't matter. So the best card you can draw here is Wing Zero and nukes 2 units, but he's dead.
Yep, and there we are. How much time we have left in round? We got like 6 minutes. Got like 5 tables that should be concluding here. I don't think we really want to showcase the in-state of blue-white board. Y'all have seen this plenty of times before. It's a grindy one, and it should be closing up here. So I think it's probably a good time to run through our little bit of sellouts. So first and foremost, we here at the Eagle's Nest aren't the only people that run webcam locals here for Gundam. Our friends over in Europe at Sundam are running a GDO1 release special event where you can win a GDO1 booster box, or at least pricing contents of a box. The more players they have, the more they add. GDO1 and starters are legal, €10 entry. If you're playing from the US, you guys are able to play. You get shipping included in your pricing after you hit a certain threshold of packs, I believe is what it is. Details are on Limitless. I think Risu has the link and he's dropping it in the chat. So if you guys are interested, definitely check that out. But where would we be without probably the cornerstone of our Bandai card games, Eggman, and his triple win-a-box event as well? It is on that Sunday. So if you guys want back-to-back days of Gundam content, Gundam gameplay, definitely a great place to get more action before Gen Con comes around, because that's at the end of this month. Can you believe we're like 1 week away from Gen Con? Like, it's just so crazy to me to think that it's so close. So, Taidana, what are your thoughts for tonight? Is there anything that's really surprising you or shifts in the metagame you weren't really ready for?
I mean, I think it's just what we expected. Blue white, and a lot of people are playing white green Operation Meteor because of one last week. So I think we're like, I guess it was just more people are playing Zeon this week than we usually see. It's, I think most likely people are playing the Zeon to target
White green.
the white green players.
To counter comp the new hype deck. And that's one of the cool things. We have something that's called like an evolving format. It's really common to see in Pokemon where because they have rotation, their format evolves, and then you see these meta games that have these mini pockets where you start playing certain cards to counter comp other cards. That's what we're seeing here in the Gundam TCG. Like even in the beta format, there is a small little pocket meta of people, okay, let's play naval bombardment. Unforeseen gets added to the pool. Okay, let's run unforeseen now. So that was like one weird way that we had a pocket meta. But now that all the cards are revealed, we're basically building comps that counter comp other comps, but we feel have a strong spread.
Yeah, I think Blue Eye is probably the most consistent deck to bring if you're trying to play a large tournament because it has a pretty even matchup into most decks, and you are like favored against aggro decks just because Lifrith is a 2/4 blocker and aggro has such a hard time dealing with a 2/4 blocker early on that then if you just like if you curve out into just playing blocker 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 and the aggro player does not have the perfect like opener, they probably just lose the game.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. And we got about 3 minutes left on the round. Let's go ahead and take a poll here in chat. What color combination are we wanting to see? Do we want to see more aggressive red green Zeon decks? Are we wanting to see our first bit of blue white control? Or we want to see something else. I don't think we have much else, but we might have at least one other deck because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 undefeated, 8 undefeated still tonight.
Well, we have 8 undefeated, so I think we will see at least 5 rounds tonight, right?
Yeah, I think we are doing a 5 round local tonight just from that player count. I might. It's so weird because I think it actually is all a blue white control or what do you call it? Red green Zeon aggro.
Is it just blue, white, control, red, green, Zeon? Do you have any white, green players left after this round?
Taking a look here, that's not a white green. We do have one white green. I think we'll probably showcase that this next round. We have one white green left in the pool tonight of our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 7. Sorry, it's 7 undefeateds.
Okay,
We have
7 undefeateds. Okay, depends on
it.
the down pair wins or loses, depending on how many rounds, right? Yeah.
I
We
mean,
might
it's
have.
going to be like that the next few rounds, regardless. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So we have 7 undefeats left. So how many blue whites do we have left? We have 1 white green and 2 Zeon, right? Or is it?
blue, white, Zeon, or the white green.
Yeah, I was last saying like how many Zeon players do we have left? Is it 2?
Okay, I can already tell you, chat is so heavily skewed. They want to see more red green.
I mean, yeah, it's like you could tell a lot of people honestly don't enjoy watching the blue white
Boy,
mirror probably.
yeah, it gets really long. It's a little grindy. It is a really fun one to watch for like high level players.
Yeah,
No,
for
I'm
sure.
not calling you guys out in chat, by the way. I'm just saying like I think it's a fun one as a commentator because I love seeing the fundamentals. I love seeing the value trades. I love seeing just okay, how can we pivot this board to put us in a leading position where we start wedging not just like one body on board, but having two bodies on board and just pushing that even further.
And I think also another thing is how to make it awkward for your like the mirror. It's you have to make it awkward for your opponents also to play certain cards too. That's like really
Yeah.
big in the mirror.
Yeah, that is true. Because like bounce effects are mandatory in these decks. Like you don't have a way to not choose them unless you just don't play them. I remember we were talking like in the beta finals, like it was so awkward. You kept putting things to 1 HP against Becker in like the semifinals, and he has like 3 perfect strikes in hand. He has to bounce something if he wants to play a unit,
Oh
which is
yeah,
a
and
free recover, which is
yeah,
another link you get back.
which he ended up bouncing 2 links to me because he had to play them because I just left them at 1 HP the whole time and I just didn't swing with them either. And well, I did swing with them when I had an Archangel up. I just made it really awkward for him, and he just like pretty much like even though he was playing more draw twos than me, like since he just bounces the cards, it's essentially playing. I'm playing a free draw two that bounces a link to my hand with a like a perfect strike or L strike, right? It just gave me a lot of advantage when I forced them to bounce the
Yeah,
targets I want.
But we are just hitting overtime, so we'll have about 5 minutes for our last two tables to resolve their matches. I think it's going to be a good time to take a break, and we'll grab some water. We'll be right back, though, Chad. Don't forget to vote for the deck you want to see. It's probably going to be red, green, or white, green, but we'll be back shortly. And we're back, chat. So I tried really hard here. I was like, you know what, guys? Like we were voting for red green. We're voting for the other deck being the white green. Why don't we just get both of them here tonight? We do get a showcase dragon here again on red green, but I think it's the variety you guys want because I believe most of the other tables are blue white mirrors at this point. So we'll be able to showcase those next round.
Or if this game finishes fast, you're gonna watch the the blue white mirror.
That is true. It is very possible of all tables, this would be the one that finishes real fast. But yeah, so players are finishing setup. I don't think we've rolled yet because I don't see an EX. Oh, I do see an EX resource now. I see the. Oh, they're rolling now.
No, they're rolling for it.
Both rolling the beta dice, so you know they got into their beta events at least.
Well, the other person has the blue deck box dice with one of the beta dice. So it's one's blue, one's the silver for the beta.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a product. That's the only product I haven't seen aside from like some of the sleeves. Just
yeah.
because
Apparently
like
the
stuff flying. They went
yeah,
flying.
it's hard to get, but apparently the blue dice are doing really well just because how the presentation is in the deck box. The like the little booster box kind of looking thing with that
The little
presentation.
tin. The
Yeah, the
little
little
tin.
10. It does a really good presentation job, so a lot of people are like really like happy about it. About the
Yeah,
blue dices.
the only thing that's like bad about them is like it was a Chinese tariff product, so like it got price hiked just because it was made in China. But our players are starting things off. We got our beta resource, and are we opening up with level 1 play? Probably not.
No,
Yep, and it's a
it's
pass.
well we know who's the blue white player, so blue white probably doesn't have a level 1 play unless they're playing Demi Trainer.
Yeah.
Let's see if he has those. Oh well, it's white green, so let's see if he has those award here for 2. Oh, it's probably away. Yeah, the filter a little
Yep.
bit.
And you can tell this is a Yu-Gi-Oh player right here. We got our trash in front of the deck.
Yeah, probably want to ask the player to make his hand is shown in the camera
Yeah,
because we
just a
can't see it. We
little
can't see
bit
his
more.
hand. We can't see his hand.
Yeah, I'm getting my judge on it. No worries. Yeah, it's just one of those things, especially if you're brand new to webcam, it's one of those things you don't think about like, hey, I gotta make sure my camera angle has all these components in view. Yeah, so it's just like when we're not playing our turn, leaving hand on table is a really strong recommendation to have. But if it's your turn, just make sure it's a little bit more visible. Yeah, like that's a
Yeah,
lot better.
yeah,
You
that's
can
a
see
lot
the
better.
corner, you can tell everything's there, nothing's moving out. So if it's your first time here, guys, at our stream, first of all, welcome. This is the Eagles Nest Webcam Locals round 3. We're showcasing red green against white green here. Uh, and we're just talking webcam etiquette. One thing that's really great to do, and we're seeing it now, is we're seeing the hands stay on the table just so it's between turns. We're not moving anything extra into our hand. We're not taking anything out, swapping it around. It's just very straightforward. We can see there's no foul play intended to be done here, especially with new players, because I don't think I recognize either of these players. Probably brand new to the scene, if I had to guess.
I think they're pretty like probably new to your webcams, but it seems like they do have a good amount of like a well the aggro player. We've seen him play a couple rounds. He does have like you can see he's pretty familiar with the deck. He has played the deck a good amount. You can tell just by like his like he does his swings correctly. He is like you can see like the fundamental there. So you can tell he's not new to the deck. He's not like a new player, but he's probably just new to this event. Probably have not seen the white blue player. Oh, the white green player. I'm sorry, played. So we can't tell yet.
Yeah, and just one thing, like if we're talking about like, hey, if you're doing swings correctly, chat, what that means is we're respecting what our opponent can do, first of all, from life, and second of all, from hand, because your goal is to really not make it as telegraphed as possible. The least telegraphed line plays you can do uh, provides the most benefits for you because it gives a chance for your opponent to misplay around it. But we do have the
Oh, well,
Quave to go with
that's
the
actually interesting here. It's pretty good here. Makes
yeah,
it the
because
makes the lifter if not trade one get a value trade here. He probably it depends on how greedy he wants to get with the lift rift, but he could just let the EX base go here. It's not the worst thing that happens.
If we have an unforeseen, it could be a little different, but yeah.
I don't know if you want to waste the unforeseen this early on. You probably want to waste it a little bit for like a more more value
Yeah,
here.
I do like the McWave though. I do like it there.
It does also give breach to the Char Zaku too here, so that's another reason why you want to block too, because it has breach one, I guess. It's not the worst thing here.
Yeah,
And we have
it's cute. It's really cute. I
and we
like
have
it.
Kira here is not the worst thing. I think Kira here is pretty good to let your lift rift get a value trait onto the Zaku or any pilot here, honestly, just to get the value trait here.
Yeah, one card we haven't seen in a moment is Darabalde. I think that's one card that's kind of cycled out of a lot of white-blue lists because we're shifting away from the Academy package.
I think so. If you play Darby or not? It depends on if you play Soletta a lot. But everybody's going off Soletta and realizing Boniger is just Banadger is just a better pilot. So that's why we're not seeing a lot of like Darbaldes anymore. Oh, this is definitely what more aspect of the white green deck. He just passed on 4 resources. A lot. The deck's really bricky. We can tell maybe the white green player's hand is pretty bricky right now because he
It's
just
just all
passed.
the high-level units. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't have the wing on curve ramp. So this white green deck is a very high roller deck. You do have to kind of high roll with this deck sometimes.
And we're getting the vanilla level 1/2/2, I believe.
No, that's
Or two. You said two
it's
resources.
2 resource for a 3/2. It has a link for Neo Zeon, so it's not bad. So he's putting the Marita under it. Gives a rush of 5/3 rush ping one onto the lift rift.
So we're definitely seeing the utilization of these pilots a lot more this round.
So he's swinging 4 here with breach 1. So if this is not something you want to block here because it will breach 1. Oh, that's that. That that is probably a mistake, and he has resolved the breach damage. Yep, breach 1. I think that was a mistake to block there.
I'm just trying to figure out like what's the reasoning for that. I think it was just like not acknowledging what McQuave does.
Yeah, or I mean, if he's trying to set up for a bounce, I don't know if you want to set up for a bounce to bounce the Char and the McQuaid back to hand with a perfect strike next turn. I don't think that's what he wanted to do either. So we could tell maybe he's new to this deck. Could be
I
another
mean,
reason.
yeah, I mean, we're just talking like the swings are done correctly as the aggro player at least.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like if you're to pick up a deck right out the gate for Gundam and you pick up Operation Meteor as a deck or you pick up Blue White Control as a deck, you'll see it's a strong core, but you definitely want some practice into it. And he was setting up a perfect strike bounce. He could be bouncing the sniper, to be fair.
yeah, but I don't know if he wants to bounce a sniper. So the issue with bouncing a sniper is you're just giving the Zeon player more cards in hand, pretty much with a sniper.
Mm-hmm.
So the effect is mandatory, so he has to bounce something. Oh, yeah, I guess he is bouncing the McQuave with the Char Zaku. That's just +2 in the opponent's hand, which I feel like is really bad. I mean, I guess another thing is maybe he wanted to deny the ping damage from the ping damage on his lift rift, but I don't think that would have mattered that much. It was just a 1 damage ping on his lift rift. So yeah, I guess he was setting up a bounce onto the Charzaku. I guess he just wants to slow the game enough for Wing Zero. It's probably his game plan. He's just trying to slow the tempo of the game down for the aggro players so he can set up a Wing Zero nuke. Most likely looking at it based on his place. But he has not ramped a single time, so he's on 5 resources next turn. I think he can stabilize next turn if he has a Death Scythe or a Bird Mode to ramp to 8, then Wing Zero the next turn after. But looks like that's a what is that? Is a what did he just play there? Is that a Sananju?
I think it is Sananju.
Did he not resolve the Sananju effect? It's mandatory.
I'll be honest, I was looking away for just a moment, so I just missed it. I know our judge is at the table, and it looks like his mic is off mute, so I think he is correcting it.
Oh, you didn't correct it.
Or let me. Bingo. Yeah, I just pinged our judge just to do a quick double check there. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I mean, Sinanju is like probably your best like pure mono red top in here because like Aegis from the starter deck's really not that great. Your red LRs like the
It looks like
Kishara is good.
yeah, it looks like he's also explaining why the high maneuver on Snodgy White, Snodgy didn't take any damage too. It looks like he blocked here. Why's the perfect strike still on the? Is the perfect strike?
Oh, they pinged 2 in the Zwart. They pinged 2 in the Zwart.
Yeah. I'm saying, but he did not resolve the Snodgy pair effect. That's what I'm saying. He didn't resolve the Sinanju pair effect unless he declared like that he just didn't have a unit to play out of his hand.
Oh, the full frontal effect, you mean?
Yeah, the full frontal. I'm sorry. Yeah, he didn't resolve
okay.
that.
Okay. I was just making sure. There. Levi took his game already on blue white control in like less than 10 minutes. I think that's just like either you absolutely high roll and you just push everything face because you have all the links in hand, or you caught your opponent with like a really bad hand.
Yeah, either your opponent bricked or you just like swung. Like I had games where like I just swung the blue white mirror down like all the way like early on, like just died down like 6 resource.
Yeah, but I'm definitely really excited to see like where these webcam locals can go because they've just been growing every single week this season, and we're hitting and breaking our thresholds, and that's just one thing I absolutely love seeing for these community events.
Does he not have a unit in hand? Because he didn't resolve the Snodgy effect. Now he just lost the swing here because he didn't resolve the effect. Is this him?
Yep.
No, he has a unit in hand. Okay, he just didn't resolve the effect. That might have cost him the game if he loses by 1 life at the end.
Yeah, I mean that could have also been like a draw for turn though too.
No, he played it from like the middle of his hand. So he had it in hand.
Let me see McQuaid come down on the sniper. To be fair, you do need 1 damage to break a shield.
Yep.
So I guess there is a secondary use of McQuaid. Is McQuaid also whatchamacallit? A link for units in this deck?
Yeah, it is. If you play the 3-drop, it's level 4 3-drop. That's a 4/3. I forgot what it's called, but on attack you like pop a level 2 or lower blocker. I think that's what he does. While during Link, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I just never see anybody play the card.
Oh yeah. Well, no, we saw the Gan. We saw the Gan already because it popped the blocker. Yeah, he's a Zeon, not a Neo Zeon, so that does take away any of the future generic links you have for Neo Zeon units. I don't think we have anything that's like that generic yet, do we? Oh no, we have the Gelgoog. We have just a generic Gelgoog that's a Zeon trait.
I think I forgot the result of Dop effect also. Look at top of his deck. So I think the white green player might be in a good spot here if he just has Wing Zero here. The nuke his entire opponent's board.
Yeah, Wing Zero is a really good card, and you taking a guess from how his early turns were, he probably has all his top end.
Yep.
That is true, Ben. I didn't even pay attention to the mulligan phase that much, if we kept a hand or not. What do you keep then if you're not keeping for any ramp cards?
Most likely if you're not keeping for any ramp cards, you're just keeping for like the early game 2-drop blockers. If you're expecting you're playing against an aggro player.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm like a little hesitant on about Gundam is like if you have a team, you can team scout and get an idea of how to mulligan and from your events.
Yeah, if you're like scout your opponents to know what they're playing. So maybe like I'm 2, not really sure what he mulliganed for it because it didn't look like he had a 2-drop Zor on curve, but he did have the lift for on curve though.
And there's an Ale. And
I
one,
mean,
we have
yeah,
a
you do.
pilot.
I mean, you do have to mulligan for the ramp. That's the whole point of the deck. That's the whole point what the deck does.
If so, you bounce a unit here. You can you probably want to bounce the Charzaku here.
Well, we also can't exactly tell like if he's on like the version that was played last week that played a lot of ramp. Maybe he's not playing the bird mode in this list. We don't know what his list is, so we can't tell. Also,
Yeah, we can make the assumption, and I can technically look right now, but just like I would assume at this point, everyone's just net decking like what's done well previously in these online events.
it looks like he doesn't have the wing 0 here, so he has to bounce a target. Probably just bounce the Charizard to hand.
Yeah, because just giving any chance for the deletion to go off is, ooh, excuse me, not what you want to see happen. Yeah,
well,
you
it's
just
just
see
it's just the
right
most
there.
tempo, and he just swings into the sniper here.
And there's the Zwart.
I guess he doesn't have to swing in the sniper. He might as well, I guess.
I mean, I think it's beneficial to get a body off the board in a pilot.
Yeah, I guess.
Not like the pilot's crazy on just one attack against a 3-2 blocker. But it's still like a good little cantrip to give your unit. Did we not shrink the unit there? Yeah, you shrink. Yeah, you shrink it with the ale.
Yeah. So he should take 0
0
damage. Yeah.
Yeah, you had it right originally. I think he was like, "Oh wait, I forgot to put the damage." It's like, "Oh wait, I shrink the damage." That's one of those things I've seen from a lot of new players. They just forget like some mandatory effects, or like someone who hasn't played a lot. It's like, oh, it's really easy to miss various things in this game. Like I think technically we have a token in trash. It doesn't matter in white green because you're not playing the Banshee that can bot deck cards, but like that technically could matter in a blue white matchup because tokens don't go into the trash.
I mean, you just block with Zord here, right? You just take the free block.
I mean, I think he's just doing a skill check for Wing 0 coming down. Or I'm sorry, I'm thinking the wrong. I'm thinking the wrong board. I'm thinking the wrong board.
I don't think the wing 0 matters because wing 0 comes down here and nukes the Zord regardless, right?
Well, I was thinking the other way. Like he's swinging into Ale and then getting red. I'm like, wait, you don't play Dop in the Wing 0 deck. It's the other side.
Maybe he's setting on for Big Zam, I guess. If he plays Big Zam, I guess.
Big Zam is a good card. And it is definitely one of the payoff cards you get in this deck. Yeah. We do have the Charzaku coming down. Tapping 1. Is this our first char? Yep, it is our first char this game. You're going high maneuver into like a no base life already with no blockers. That feels a little weird, but if you just have that many in hand, you want to
Yeah,
push
well, you
damage, you force the
technically
trade.
actually it depends. Like technically here you could ask the white green player how many cards he has in hand. He could pivot into playing for board here. He could he could high maneuver into the L strike to trade. Like he could technically pivot his game plan. It looks like he's pivoting his game plan rather than killing an opponent. He's trying to play for board at this point.
Yeah, and technically you didn't go -2, or you didn't do 2 for 2. You went for like a 2 for 2 where you got to search a card, and it's the
No, he went for he went a 2 for 1 technically because the Zaku replaced itself, so he only actually -1 in hand.
Yeah, you still lose the body on board, but yeah, you do get it back. Yeah.
Well, no, like it's more like it's like neutral kind of thing. And he looks like he's using the effect here. Discard the Galgood here to get a chart.
Yeah, you going. I feel like if there's a card that you alt out in a deck, like alting out a Char Asnable is probably like one of the ones you would get the most like enjoyment out of, just for the fact that you can recycle it and use the same alt art over and over again.
The question is, how much do you bling out? Do you buy the beta alt art of Char, or you just buy the foil one of Char?
The Star Deck foil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm just curious. Like everyone here in chat, like Do you guys consider beta part of like pure max rarity, or do you consider those so inaccessible you don't consider those max rarity? Pregnant char or bust? That's fair. That's fair, Ben. Like, I'm actually surprised the char pilot's like not a higher up priced card right now with how popular the Zeon archetypes are.
Uh, but I think the main thing is it's getting like just over. It's just getting beat by all the other archetypes are just way more popular. Like like blue white is so popular. The wing archetype, like white green wing, is so popular. Like they're just more popular.
That is true. That is true. The art isn't like the best in the world on that. That's probably like one of the worst beta alts. The first contact's like not that great either, but I think it's more the fact that the card's not as playable as all the other cards are. Like, what's the least playable beta alt card? Probably the Aerial,
It's the Ariel, the 3/3
but
Ariel. That's the
but
least.
that's one of the best looking ones.
Is one of the best looking ones.
So yeah.
Looks like
Non.
we saw like the white green player is on the bird mode, so he's playing bird mode here to trade with that.
Yeah. Yeah, they've actually done really well with like all the cards they're printing in this game. The tournament packs having like that duo art, I think looks crazy
I
good.
can't tell. Did the white green player did he get a EX resource for his bird mode? I can't tell. His resources like all jumbled together.
I have zero idea at this point.
I can't tell.
But nonetheless, we've established a board where we have double blocker. We're not as scared of our aggro player opponent doing much to us. But like,
Um,
yeah, like just back to the conversation though. Like we have Suleta promos already. We have Boniger and Kira alts already in the kits. To be fair, Kira didn't have an alt before, so it's nice that he got an alt. But Boniger getting the, I think it's the pre-release like participation is where you get the alt of him, and that one looks good. I like the duel winter pack altar. I think that looks good too. Like the winter pack cards having textured foils, I think is insane for this game.
so it looks like he pinged 1 damage on both. If he swings in, he's probably just gonna block with the L strike here to get the trade here because I already took 1 damage and it's gonna swing in for an air damage.
But for everyone watching the stream today, I'm just curious, like, what's the local scene look like for y'all? Are you able to get like a booster box at your release events, or are you mostly getting like just your release event packs and you're hoping to buy singles to fill out your collections? Because I know some LGSs were blessed with a little bit more product than others. I know for our LGS here in Indianapolis, it's you're paying MSRP for packs. You get a pack for finishing the event, and then you get a I can't remember where the extra pack was going to come from, but basically you're getting 6 packs for $30 at our LGS. You get 4 to draft with though and play sealed. Get 1 for finishing the sealed event, and I can't remember where the 5th or the 6th was coming from. But basically, their goal was to get everyone to play the game, and if you're playing the game, that's how you get the most packs. Because all of our locals moving forward, well, I guess I should finish. Like at the release event, once you finish it, only if you finish the release event do you get a chance at buying a booster box at MSRP. But then all of our locals moving forward after that, you get a booster pack on entry with your tournament pack. They're guaranteeing that because their goal is to not make a really top heavy pricing every single week where it's a win a box. They're saying, hey, we just want to spread enough so everyone's getting everything at the appropriate cost. It may not be a lot, but we're able to go for the long haul with this game plan. Your local is 1 box per person. The boxes are $200 each. I'm sorry, Horde. That's a little rough. Like I would understand if a box is like 150 at a game store, just because like, hey, you're trying to meet the middle. You're not really trying to like get the most greed out of it, but also you don't want people coming in to flip the boxes that like you want to sell to the people at your local area. Uh, like I said, 150 I think is the most I would really want to push on the players as a store owner, especially if there's not a lot of products. But 200 is way more than I would personally want to spend. Yeah, looks like as the Xeon player, we are basically out of cards here.
It looks like I mean, he looks like he's just like spamming bases to draw at this point, and just playing base.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I will say about like if they use TCG player and match pricing Horror Storm, it's like I hope like if they're doing it now, I hope that they also match price TCG player when sets are bad. So like for Digimon, for example, if they price match, they should have the last two sets be $50 a box if they're price matching to be above MSRP now. Like I think stores should be 100% consistent. If you're always charging MSRP where it's always the 120 for a box, that's fine. If you're always charging market, you also have to be taking the losses if you're taking the wins. Moonrose, your local sold you a case at 1,000. Hey, Moonrose, that's a great deal, man. Like, congrats on that. I really do love hearing that. Few stores in your area worked together, hosted their beta events on the same day to block scalping and hoarding. That's actually a really cool concept. I didn't even think about that because, like, you're thinking like, hey, let's spread our events out so we can get the players into as many events as possible. But if you have your beta events at the exact same time and day, it's impossible for the scalpers to hit all of them up, or it should be on paper. 4 boxes for
It's game
468. That's
over. It looks
brutal.
like it's game over. Just play Wing Zero nuke the Zeon player's entire board. Zeon player with low cards in hand. I think this game is probably over for the Zeon player.
Yeah, Wing Zero just kind of does those in-game boards.
Yeah, this game probably just went a little too long for the Zeon players. I guess he tried pivoting to more like trading game, but his top end is not going to beat the white green player's top end.
Yeah, your local serves players first, and scalpers get told to kick rocks. I mean, that's why I would hope every LGS does. Like, even if it's like a time where you don't have a lot of margins as an LGS and like a lot of your games, because like I've already mentioned, Digimon has two sets that were just really bad recently, and you're like, man, I really want to catch up. If you just fundamentally grow and you give players like fair value for everything, they will keep coming back. And if they keep coming back, that's how you grow your scene, which is the exact goal of my webcam locals here. Like, I don't care if boxes go to $400 a piece. My boxes, I got a cost where I can run these events at a certain threshold, and I will always offer that same pricing at that same tier for these players. Like, I have no reason to care what happens to the secondhand market. We're doing exactly what we're doing. We're trying to grow the player scene. We're trying to make everything as accessible as possible. That's why we allow proxies. Like, proxies, I feel like, are just always a plus in these webcam events. Because, first of all, I'm not tied to an LGS, so I can run events with proxies. Second of all, it gives players the best competitive experience. We're not holding anyone back if they don't have $120 to drop on $30 SRs when the game kicks off, if that's the price. Gundam will be the same as One Piece. Undersupplied, then oversupplied. Please don't overspend GDO1. I mean, that's the same thing as like every single game one launch for Bandai. And it's really just because it's so hard to predict how much demand you really need as a company that prints like millions of dollars of products. I can be a store owner and I can have perfect allocation for anything I order. But right now, I will have BT24 orders due at the end of this month for Digimon, and we have no idea what cards we get in BT24. So the question is, do I drop the 10K to buy all the cases of Digimon like I normally do, or do I start cutting back because maybe it's a bad set? I have no idea as someone who tries to help out community because my Digimon events run so much product. And it's just one of those ways to help get that supply. But set ones are always a little bit scuffed just because it's really hard to match the perfect amount of supply to meet demand, especially when interest picks up after orders were placed. Yep, and then the pre-order cycles for TCGs with free loans. Yeah, exactly. But for all 66 of you here tonight, or 69 people watching stream tonight, nice, first of all. Second of all, welcome. We hope you guys are enjoying the gameplay. We're in the middle of round 3 of our webcam locals, 28 players tonight, so we are expecting a full 5 rounds. If a down pair loses, I guess there's a chance we end at a little earlier, but realistically, we're playing all the rounds.
Looks like the game's over. What?
Yeah, I think our other top tables have already, yeah, all of our top tables are wrapped up. And we have 4 undefeated players left. Just to give you guys a wrap up of what the 4 undefeated decks are tonight, we have a blue white control featuring the unicorn package. We have a blue white control featuring the unicorn package. We have white green Operation Meteor, very similar to the build you saw Garrett win the beta alt tournament with. And then our 4th undefeated is blue white Operation Meteor, or not blue white control with Unicorn Gundam. So very, very popular trend we have here tonight. We got about 6 minutes left in rounds, so I think it's probably a good time to run through our ads here, and we'll come back to a conversation here in just a second. But just for all of you guys watching, first of all, welcome to our webcam locals. We have other webcam events that go on in the same TCG realm. And if it wasn't just for us, Eggman Events would always be here with events. He has a triple winner box coming up next, or on the 27th, which is a Sunday. So this upcoming Sunday. We've also talked about Sundam. They're on Saturday this week, just so we can get 2 events back to back. But they are based over in Europe, and they allow NA participation. So if you guys are looking for tournaments to get some more gameplay and play in before Gen Con, these are your 2 prime opportunities on top of these weekly webcam locals. But we are here every single week here at the Eagle's Nest with our Gundam box tournaments where players compete to win points on the prize wall. Reese the Squirrel is our streaming host here. He is here in the background. He is the, I guess, broadcast host is what you would say. I'm Eagle X, and here today I have Ty Donna as my co-commentator. But Discord link is in the description to this stream, so if you guys are looking for joining these events here in the future, you can find the Discord link down below, along with our signups for our other tournaments, because we do run Digimon on Mondays and Thursdays. But pivoting back over to you and me, Tidana, what do you think about that round? Was that kind of like what you expected to see in that matchup?
I think I definitely expected the red green player to be more favored in that matchup because it definitely feel like the blue white player made a I'm sorry, the white green player made like some mistakes early on, but I feel like it was just the white green the Zeon player. He was playing on not really an aggro list, but more mid rangey list. So then he decided to pivot his game plan to playing more mid ranging against white green, where it has technically the best top end right now we have in the game right now. So as soon as we saw the Wing Zero get dropped, it destroyed 3 units on his board, and it was just pretty much game over at that point.
Yeah. And we've already told you guys who our 4 undefeateds for tonight are. It's almost like a rewind that win a beta alt tournament. The top cut was 3 blue-white controls and 1 Operation Meteor deck. And yes, chat, in case you guys haven't seen, this is my cat. This is Waffles. He says hi. So if you see the tail, I have a co-commentator on my side as well. But yeah, like pivoting towards these top 4 matches, though, we can showcase Blue White Mirror. We can showcase Operation Meteor. What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see the Blue White Control Mirror, or do you want to see the Operation Meteor against Blue White Control?
Yeah, it's like, do they actually want to see a mirror? We technically have not shown a single blue-white mirror tonight. We've been mostly focusing on following like the red-green Zeon players tonight.
Yeah, I want to see a Blue White Mirror. Yeah.
And also like, do we have any like blue-red players? I think that's one deck I really didn't see today. Nobody's playing the blue-red like ping new type deck. Nobody's playing that.
There was a few people on it. They're not doing super hot tonight. They're 1-1-0-2 right now. I think it's a deck that's really cool, and it was fun to showcase last week when we could showcase it. But I think it's definitely a piece reliant deck. If you don't see the right pieces together, the deck's just like really bad feeling. If
Yeah,
you roll well, it's great.
yeah, it's more like a mid-rangey like aggro deck because you are trying to be aggressive with it. But it also another thing, it does have a really bad matchup to the white green Operation Meteor deck that has Wing Zero. Wing Zero is really good against that deck, so that could be a determining factor why a lot of people decide not to bring it because they're expecting a lot of people to be on the white green Operation Meteor deck that won last week.
Yeah, and we definitely seen lots of Operation Meteor. You want to see white green because you're probably building it over blue white. That's fair. You want to see blue white mirror, Ben. You want to see blue white or. I think blue white might be a more fun one here, especially with you here, Tidana, because you absolutely love that matchup. Because I don't think you really lose the blue white mirror at this point.
I think the I don't think I lose the blue white mirror unless I brick. Like unless I just start with like a 5 pilot starting hand, which I
Yeah,
had I mean I had happened before. It's like last week when I played the finals, my starting hand was a 5 pilot starting hand.
yeah, and you can come back from stuff because like you just have so much card draw and consistency in that package. But we have about 1 minute until we hit overtime. Two tables that haven't concluded yet. So we'll go ahead and give a really short, quick break, and we'll be right back for y'all with our semifinals for tonight. And guys, we're back, round 4. So we do listen to you guys here in chat, and we want to see green-white versus blue-white control. To be fair, there's a really good chance that if blue-white control wins here, that it does become a blue-white control mirror anyway. So we can try servicing both of y'all. But the players have just done the fist bump. They're setting up mulligans. So actually, we'll hop right into our gameplay here at table 1. We have ASDF Becker against Ansem the Wise. Both players have been playing very well tonight to have a 3-0 record right now. They will be going on to 4-0, the winner of this, against one of our other blue-white control players. So, Taidana, you play a lot of blue-white control. Is there anything that you're expecting to see the blue-white control player utilize in this matchup to hopefully gain an edge compared to the white-green player?
I mean, it just comes down to like if Becker decides if he wants to play an aggressive approach to it, or he wants to play a more slower approach to the game, and also if it really has to come down to the curve of the white green player. Does he high roll his curve, like the curve you want to see with the 3-drop bird mode, or like the first contact ramp event into a wing or death scythe into wing 0, or does he have the wing 0 back to back depending on the list, right? And how Becker responds to it, pretty much. It really just depends on the hand. You could definitely like try to play a more greedier, like you could try playing for board, or you could play a more aggressive approach. It really depends on what Becker's opening hand is.
Yeah. I think they either are trying to resolve mulligans or they don't remember who
One,
won the
well,
die roll.
yeah, because they both have the EX resource out. They are probably
I
trying
don't.
to figure out.
I'll be real. I don't remember seeing a dice on the table here. So what's probably going to happen is the judge just tells them, "Hey guys, I'm here. Go ahead and roll for it." The thing is, like, we've already done mulligans, and I think they both mulligan, assuming they're going second. It's actually a very interesting hiccup I never thought about. But yeah, like when I play Digimon, like my big thing is like we have the memory marker. We have to have dice or something on the table, anyways. So as soon as I roll, I have the dice indicate if I'm first or second, because I will forget instantly if I'm going first or second. Not to mention we do have a bunch of people here on the table watching, so hopefully if there's like a disagreement, at least one of them can chime in saying, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is what I saw."
I
But
mean, another thing for Digimon, like I think this matchup actually does matter a lot. Who's going first or second? Because the green white player has such a better advantage if he goes second.
yeah, because they can ramp with the bird on their turn 2.
Or they probably don't want to ramp it on turn 2 with the bird because you'll be getting rid of your EX resource to play
Well,
on
I'm
your
I'm
EX
sorry.
resource.
I'm saying level 3 on your second turn though, because turn 1 you're level 2, then
No.
your
So
second turn you're level
so
3.
yeah. So
Or is it
you
3
so
costs?
I'm sorry. So what you were meant to say, you probably they want the ramp on their third turn, not their second turn.
Is it a level 3 cost? I thought it was
It's a level 3 cost, right? So when they're on their turn 2 with the EX resource, they'll have 3 resource, but want to be EX resource, you probably don't want to ramp right there because you'll lose your EX resource to ramp back a EX resource. They want to do on their level 3, right? Because they'll go to 6 resource next turn if they do on their level 3 with 2 EX resources.
yeah.
So it's this matchup's actually pretty important. Who goes first or second? Because the EX resource is much stronger with the white green player having it.
Yeah.
But it looks like it was resolved that Becker's going first. Or they're just
Yeah.
redoing the whole thing. It looks like.
I mean, to be fair, like you are mulliganing very differently. Yeah, he just took the 5 shield, said, "Okay, well, I don't want this hand then if I had to go first. I was keeping it assuming I'm going second." Like cuz like if you're going first as blue eye control, you're looking for the more aggressive hand. You're saying, "What's that aggressive hand look like though?"
It's probably just a resal on curve, right? Into like maybe a Amuro link. Or maybe if he's playing Sword Strike, maybe a Sword Strike link that bounces ward and you're just going all face.
Yeah.
Into like an L Strike link to bounce an air blocker and you're just full pumping everything to face. But you also have to consider if the white green player has his curve, he could death scythe your one of your links for free. So it depends if you want to leave a blocker up. So, but if you also have the Zaward on curve, right, you can leave the Zaward up to prevent, and you can go full aggressive from that point. So it really just depends on the hand if Becker has the hand, because Zaward doesn't break the EX base early, but if he has a result on curve, it can break the EX base early and start immediately pressuring, because even if he plays a war, if he has an Amro or a Sword Strike link on 4, he can bounce it or tap down the result and keeps going face. So you can really establish that like aggressive, like going first curve.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Becker is playing the Unicorn version, so the Unicorn version is definitely more aggressive than the Freedom version, because Unicorn is such an aggressive card in my opinion, because it allows you to swing and tap
Tap down
something,
blocker. Yeah,
and if
tapping
the
down blocker is the
yeah,
siege.
and if your opponent doesn't deal with it, you can constantly just keep swinging with it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on the table right now. I know our judge is there, so hopefully things are being resolved way that makes sense to both players here.
Yeah. The round has already started, so it might go. I expect it might go into overtime because it's taking a while to start the round for them.
I mean, they can always give a time extension if it makes sense too.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, are they still arguing about who's going second?
I'm just going to take a look, see if we got it on stream here. Probably the one time where I said, let's do a quick face focus here. Yeah, like they both set up the whole board while they have the EX resource out, so it's something that happened right before we hopped in.
It looks like we're like it's resolved. Becker's going first. It looks like. So I do understand like why Becker is arguing for it. Because it does matter in this matchup a lot.
Yeah. And we got a resource out, and which resource is this?
That is it looks like the Atherin resource. That's a Japan version with the Freedom foil resource. That's the next one.
Dude, I love these resources. I really do. Is there one that we don't have yet that you're hoping to get in English some point soon?
I don't. I think I'm fine with what I have currently. Looks
Yeah.
like Baker is pitching a Kira. He might have a lot of pilots in his hand. He pitched a Kira.
Yeah. So pitching Akira right away, like if you have to pitch a pilot, the only reason you pitch Akira, oh, we're just turning our EX resource into a permanent resource. Okay, that's not really the best curve because you don't get the body, but I guess the
Well,
idea
it
is
depends. It depends on his hand. If he had a second ramp, but if he didn't have a second ramp, I think that's a mistake here. Let's see if he has the second ramp card in his hand. It looks like he has a second ramp. Okay, that makes sense why he did that. Yep. It looks like the white green player is opening really strong this game.
yeah. But like if you pitch any of the pilots, pitching Kira first, what does that mean? Like,
It means he probably has a lot of pilots in his hand.
yeah, but would you always pitch Kira before you pitch Bongar?
Maybe he has Amuro. He doesn't want to pitch
I
Amuro.
guess I guess those are both pretty valuable in this
Amuro's
matchup.
a little bit stronger than Kira in this matchup.
Oh
Because
my gosh. I just want to make a comment real quick. We have chaos rarity of resources, and that's going to bug me. We have all the different resources on both
yeah, he has
sides.
Arthur, Freedom, Unicorn, a beta foil resource.
Something tells me he probably has different EX resources with his deck too.
I mean, he looks like he only showed one EX resources, because in this deck you're only going to use one EX resource.
Yeah, for the blue eye, that makes sense.
So Akira here. Looks like he had multiple Kiras in his hand. Makes sense why he pitched one. Looks like he's just going to get a value trade over the Bergmo. I'm surprised the white green player wasted a pilot here on this Bergmo. That's another thing I'm surprised about.
Yeah, because like you run out of gas a lot quicker than
Yeah, you're trying to be greedy in this matchup. That I don't feel like there's a point in being aggressive against blue white. You're just trying to out like big body them pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, also another thing to point out: the resource sleeves you guys participation for the Star Deck event is the full deck we have for Becker. I know that was like the collection challenge for some people during the Star Deck events. For me, it was collecting all the unique foils as possible. And I'm almost I'm down to like my last 4 Star Deck foils to have the full collection.
Is that a? It looks like a Kira perfect, I guess.
Yeah, Kira perfect.
This is this is actually a little interesting. We're seeing a completely different playstyle from our white green player here, from like how I feel like the deck should play, and we could saw how like last week how it was played. It was a more greedy. You play more greedy into the white blue version. He looks like he's playing super aggressive into white blue. But I feel like you do gas out faster if you play like this because you're wasting all these pilots. It could be also like an inexperience in the matchup because
I mean,
so,
yeah, we're
because
Zort trade.
he did that. It gave Becker such a good trade.
Like, I don't think Becker's worried about being rushed down by pilot links like that because
Yeah, he's happy.
you're
He's
happily dealing with
Yeah,
those.
he's happy. Like, yeah, I don't really like how the white green player is playing this. It's like I feel like he's wasting a lot of pilots for no reason.
Like, if you have that many pilots in hand, like I guess, but like you have to have so many pilots in your hand to justify it. Like, if you have 5 pilots in one
Yeah,
unit,
like
maybe.
I just don't think this is how you should play the deck. He opened so well, double ramp, like, and he's just I feel like he's just wasting like these pilots. Like he wasted a like a hero Yui on a bird mode to break the EX space, and he wasted like a uh a Kira L strike just to do a just to trade a 2 for 2. He didn't even go plus on it. Like I don't know. Like
There's another Kira.
yeah, he's just swing all in into Becker. Like he's just I don't know. Like I feel like this is just I think Becker probably just has it from this point in my opinion. Cuz like the point of the deck is that you play more top in than blue white does. So you're just trying to outvalue them based on more top in, but he's playing super aggressive here. And Becker's completely fine. Like he's completely fine trading 1-to-1 every single time because he gets to play his draw 2 and keep the hand advantage. And Becker is just at this point just way ahead at him on hand cards in hand at this point.
Yeah. Like I'm just trying to even justify like the reasoning for playing that way, and I can't understand a macro where you really want to, because if you have that many pilots in hand, you're just waiting for the higher quality units to come. Like you're bound to
Yeah,
see
it
them.
looks like he does have the high quality units in hand too, but he's just like swinging, like using the pilots in swing for some reason. Maybe it's an experience in the matchup. It could be like an experience in the matchup too, that he doesn't really understand how to play this matchup. Or maybe he's like I mean, based on like the games we saw before, it looks like he's pretty new to this deck, in my opinion.
Open the dice on the EX resource to say he has 2. That's fair if you don't have any others, I suppose. I mean, it's very clear, but yeah. The 5 resource and 6 resources returns were probably just for draw pass for green white. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he could pass. I mean, he could just like also just play the body down. If Becker has to bounce, he bounces it. Like it doesn't really matter, honestly.
yeah. Becker's just getting so many chances to trade, and now you're going to swing 4, break the base, or force this really awkward block.
Bad, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, I think Becker just has it. I really don't, I like understand why he played so aggressive in this matchup. When you're like, you don't play enough, you don't go wide enough to rush the blue white player down. Because you're most likely as the white green player, you're probably playing like this early on. You're probably playing like one body a turn, at most like 2 bodies.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess there's no world you're trying to bait them into like go wide for wing 0. I guess there's no turn you really wanted to play Wing Zero yet, unless you just want to get the big body on board, and that is the Freedom
Freedom.
alt.
Yep.
Is that the alt?
Looks like
No, that's the
just a
base.
regular.
That's
It's
base.
just a
That's
base
base.
run. It looks like a base one. Yeah, but looking at I'm just looking at it. Like Becker is just in such a dominant position at this point.
Yeah, especially when you get the Freedom established. If you get Boniger on it, and then you start putting pilots underneath the other stuff, like you're getting good trades. Like your
Yeah,
trades are
and also
crazy.
your trades are crazy. You play around Wing Zero because you're level 7, doesn't get hit by Wing Zero.
Yeah, not to mention we're hiding behind all the white base now, so we can start making tokens and not get punished by Wing Zero as much. Because guess what? I didn't lose any cards in hand.
Yep. It looks like he's playing Wing Zero here. 8, yeah.
Oh no, we lost Rezel. Rezel did his job.
But it's more minus. Playing Wing Zero here is more minus for himself because he killed his own bird mode, dealt 3 damage to his L strike. I guess he can play around you can force Becker to play a perfect strike to bounce the L strike to hand, but looking at Becker's hand quality at this point, I feel like Becker probably has a good amount of like top end in his hand to just not have to play perfect strike at this point.
Yeah, but for all 60 of you joining us here tonight, we're in the middle of round 4 of our semifinals for tonight, featuring Blue White Control against Green White Operation Meteor, the basically rematch of what we saw for our beta win and alt tournament. And we're seeing a very aggressive opener for a green white player. And meanwhile, Blue Eye Control is able to take the back seat and just like kind of relax. We're going to be making tokens with white base. We're going to
That's a
establish our
unicorn,
big
yeah.
bodies. Unicorn's level 7 too, isn't it?
Yeah, level 7 too, so it plays around a second Wing Zero. I mean,
Yes. Now,
Becker doesn't even have to swing here if he doesn't want to. He could just pass. Honestly, he's not in a rush.
yeah, I guess that's like the philosophy for running more unicorns. It's just like, hey, I don't care how this goes. Like, I can just sit on these guys. They're not going to die.
No, the unicorn gets punished. It can get punished because he has the L strike. Just puts a pilot under L strike and bounces the unicorn's hand.
I guess that is true.
Look, I assume a second Wing Zero here because he swung the
Ale.
the LN. I assume it's the second Wing Zero here. No, it's the Wing Gundam here with.
So you can attack into the token, or you
I'm
can. I think you're attacking the Freedom every time.
you attack into Freedom every time, but I guess he just wanted Becker to block with Freedom. I guess. But
I mean,
I'm Becker. Becker's completely happy with this. He's not losing anything, honestly.
yep, and Becker came and blocked this unit here to begin with, so that's a fine exchange. And like you can, if you have Bonisher, you're going to be swinging into the Wing Zero. Like,
Okay,
yeah,
I think
you still get the swing because you tap the blocker.
I think this game is over. The green white player has 0 cards in hand, and Becker has like 6 cards in hand.
Yeah, like Bonisher is like a great card here just to get the draw if you want on the unicorn.
No, he wants Boniger here because he can swing over the Wing Zero and tap down the blocker for a value trade.
Yeah, it's part of the line. Part of the line. Yeah,
Well,
Chaos
he doesn't
Rarity
even
on
he doesn't even need Boniger here. I mean, Kira does the same thing.
Yeah,
Like
because it's just
like Amro's the only one that doesn't do that for him here. Either Kira or Boniger here is really good for him.
Is there a world you can get rid of the wing also? I guess if he runs
Yeah.
Anksha, he could.
No, you could get rid of the wing also. He just puts if he has 2 pilots here, he puts 1 pilot under unicorn, put the other pilot under
Token.
the token, and just swings over the Wing Zero or the wing.
I see 3 game tap. Is that a show? Draw 2?
That's more than
Or
3.
4? It's 4.
That's that is a Freedom alt art, assume. Is that a Freedom alt art? Yeah,
I think that's the alt Freedom.
So that's 6. Probably -2 on the I assume he's gonna -2 on the Wing Gundam for the turn. He's gonna swing the 5/4 into the Wing Gundam, tap down the blocker, I assume.
Yeah, that would make the most sense to me.
I think his opponent misunderstood what he was swinging into. He's swinging into the Wing Gundam, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, he's swinging into the Wing Zero. Oh, he just wants to trade a token, I see. Now you swing that into the Wing Gundam. So it's -4 for the turn. It only takes 3.
Yep.
But I feel like if you did it, the Kira,
Yeah.
it's -4 for the turn.
-2 there, -2 there.
-4.
Yep.
Yeah. So he only takes 3 damage.
And then if you have Archangel, do you play it here to restand your blocker too?
How much resources are left? I mean, might as well. It depends
3.
on. Yeah,
Perfect.
he just
That's
plays it
fair.
perfect.
That's fair.
It protects freedom. I mean, the game's over. He has 1 card in hand. OA.
And you gotta pitch one of these two. Pitch first
Con.
contact.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Card is super dead here now. 2, 3, 4.
Death
Death
Scythe.
Scythe and pass.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think honestly, looking at what the white green player played out this turn, his hand was actually pretty good. Honestly,
Yeah.
like you just swing into the freedom here. Becker just blocks here. Yep, trades 1 for 1. Yep, keeps their freedom up.
Yeah, now it's just like all Becker's control because he's grinded out all the cards in hand. You just got to be careful about swinging, giving free pilots from life, I guess. But it's like,
It
do you
doesn't
really
matter at this
care at
point.
this
It
point?
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. He doesn't have any units to play. Pitches a ward. Yep.
Yeah, if the card can go face, this is when you start playing it.
Archangel, so he gets to swing for free. Milk some more value.
Yeah, maximized all the options we have available to us.
Yep, swing in, pay to the restand. Oh, base, that's pretty good.
Now we have a 1-card hand.
To the restand. Then he has 1, 2, 3. He has 6 resource left. It's probably playing. Let's see. It's tapping all 6.
Is that Unicorn?
It's a unicorn. Yep.
So as someone who's like watched Gundam growing up, is it weird to you to see like all these different unicorns and mechs working together in one deck? Like the unicorn with the freedom, or is it just like it's kind of whatever to you?
It's kind of whatever. It's kind of whatever to me, honestly. Like,
I feel like there's some people that are like, please don't do that. It hurts me to see these cards together.
I think it's people who like prefer to be more on theme.
Yeah.
And the Wing Zero just did nothing here because both of these are level 7s, so it doesn't do anything.
He at least sequenced his turn correctly by playing Zawart after.
Yep. Becker's just thinking, does he want to give up the freedom here, or does he want to keep the Archangel here? And yep, I think keeping the freedom here is super strong. If you have a pair and everything's a -2, then Kira can give an air -2, so he can give -4 the death side, so you only take 1 damage. So I definitely think it's correct just to give out the Archangel.
If the only thing we have to take into account here is the fact that Wing Zero has high maneuver, so if we're setting up blockers, we just have to remember we cannot block the Wing Zero. I feel like that's going to be something that gets people like some event at some point. They're like, and I have my wall blockers, I have no life left, and then someone just says swing Wing Zero for game.
Yeah, but
like,
what if
what's going to happen?
No, but what if the guy has that you could do your favorite play, double unforeseen to -Wing 0 by 6, and it takes 0 damage.
Double unforeseen after you play an aerial rebuild to pick up unforeseen, so then it becomes a foreseen incident.
5 at base.
Yeah, but now you can do your trade if you have a.
You can do the value trade on the death side.
Yeah, take 1 damage.
No,
you take 2.
you take 3.
3.
3.
Yeah.
You take 3 because it doesn't have a second. He doesn't have a white link to give it -2 for the turn, or a white unit with a pilot under it. That's.
Is this another unicorn coming down?
Ordinary freedom, ordinary unicorn. Oh, unicorn.
It's our 3rd unicorn we've seen this game.
Lifrith. And Rizal. Yep, it looks like he's just setting up for lethal.
I mean, to be fair, like you've seen 2 Wing Zeros come down already.
Yeah.
and he has no cards in hand. So you're like,
I
yeah,
mean
the chances of you
like
top decking.
well, he doesn't care if he top decks another Wing Zero because the only thing that Wing Zero is destroying here is the Rezell. It doesn't affect the Lifter still survives 1 HP, and the other 3 units are level 7, so it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say though, like I'm just absolutely excited for the full release of this game. See in-person locals shape up and develop into something. We take the block here. Makes sense because
It's
actually,
it's it's just
it's
a
whatever. It's whatever. Yeah.
well, you always take the block here because you don't want to lose your freedom for free.
Yeah. Then wings zero swings in. Just clarifying.
He's just going life, yeah. Amuro.
Amuro the hand that that's even worse because no one card saves you here.
Puts the hero under it to make it a 8/9.
Yep. Try trading into me, he says. And then Becker probably says, I have 5 swings. You have 4 life and 1 base. I swing Lifrith into life first, and then I just do the math going up. This is kind of like, for anyone who plays One Piece, it's like doing the math for Dawn, where you just like want to incrementally add up to do
I
more
mean, I think it
damage.
depends on Becker's hand. He could just go for the trade too, because he technically can, like, depending how many cards does the person have in hand? I can't tell. 0, probably 0, right? If he
I
does
think
had
it's
a card,
0.
if he had a card in hand, technically could die to another Wing Zero link, because double high maneuver, I guess. But it doesn't look like he has any cards in hand.
Yeah. Rizzo going into something here.
It's probably the base. Oh, he's going for. He's probably just trade. Oh, he's actually just trading. Yep. He's
Yeah,
probably just.
it's the super safe thing here.
Yes, yeah. This is a super safe play. You just never lose if you trade here. Because he just has like 5 cards in hand, like to his opponent's 0.
Are we bouncing it to
No,
hand?
it's giving it -2 for the term with Freedom's effect.
Oh. Wait, it's a white unit gets a pilot to a white unit. Yep. Okay,
Yep.
so it doesn't have to be a white pilot to a white unit.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess, but yeah, he's just doing it just to do it, I guess. Then lift
Yep.
riff to break the base. It's probably just turning everything sideways here. The unicorn in. He just sets up for lethal next turn.
Yeah.
I guess it leaves a freedom standing if he cares enough, but the opponent has 0 cards in hand. You're pretty safe to turn everything sideways here. Kira,
Kira.
1
Okay.
card in hand. He draws for turn.
And 2 to play a white base,
Yep.
which draws last life. That's
Yep.
fair. Okay, if you have a Kira Ale, you can bounce the Ale, swing into anything.
You can't bounce the L. It's a 6/5.
Oh, it does have 5 HP. I keep thinking the threshold for Ale is 5, and then I correct myself sometimes.
Most likely seeing the. Does he have? Oh, he top deck a Wing Zero. Looks like. Oh, no, that's not Wing Zero. Never mind. He tapped like 8 resources for it. I thought it was Wing Zero. Oh, it's just double perfect strike. He bounces both to hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have a unicorn on board, so it's kind of whatever for us still.
I mean, he's technically not dead here, I guess. But he bounced the Amuro L. Oh, never mind. He used the Amuro already, so we don't know what's in his hand. But he bounced a. Let's see what he's doing. Does he have the unicorn Banadra here? No, it's free. Oh, he bounced the Freedom Cure hand, right? Yeah, it's probably over. Because he just swings unicorn first, taps that one of them down. You can block with them. Then if he has a second, another Lincoln hands game. Because that's 2 swings. He blocks 1.
Also, I know you guys are going crazy right now. Just wanting to know update table 2 blue white 1 in the blue white mirror match.
Oh yeah, it's game. He has Armor. It's game. He has Armor. Taps 1, unicorn swings in, taps the other one down. Everything else swings in for game, unless he has last life base.
That's such like a real like pseudo RNG mechanic. That's like, oh, we're trading. I mean, I don't blame Becker here. Like,
Yeah,
You've
he's
grinded.
trading.
Yeah.
It's such a good value trade. Why not? Your opponent has 0 card in hand. Doesn't matter, right?
It's also like how bad is the downside if you run into a last life
That's the
base?
third wing 0 in life. Not sure he plays the fourth one.
Yeah, turn pass Lifrith with Amuro.
1 card over A.
Okay, is there? Get rid
Discard
of the
duo.
duo. That's fair.
Plays a base.
And
And do we see the concede here? It's probably just in concede here, right? That guy
yeah,
is like 5 units on board.
yep. And blue white control. I don't think there's any action timing commands that matter with a board this crazy.
Nope.
But yeah, swing and we go for game, and there we are. Blue white mirror for the finals for today, folks.
Yeah, I do think the white green players, honestly, his hand was pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that if the white green player just played a little slower and just not wasted, like playing so aggressive, I think he probably could have took this game, honestly.
Yeah.
His hand quality is actually really good based on seeing what he played out. And he did have the double wing 0 too.
Yeah, we are sitting with about 4 minutes left in the round. Yeah. So your thoughts on that round? Green white definitely did have the hand. The play pattern we both saying it wasn't probably the way we would play it or the way we would expect it to be played. But blue white control into finals now. This is probably I think the most fun part to hear you commentate when we transition over to that. We do have a little bit of time in a round. We do have some tables still. We have one table going still. Oh, it was actually this table. So we'll be starting our finals here a little bit sooner than normal, which I think everyone is fine with here, especially since we know we are going into a grind. Table one in the finals
Well, it
do fun
depends. It
times.
depends. It depends. Like one of the blue white player could decide to play just like full aggressive in the matchup. It could be a quick finals for sure. Like if one of the blue white players just open with like the aggressive ham and they decide to go all face, you could just swing them down and kill them before they get to freedom.
Yeah.
So it definitely depends. Like depends on what their list is. If they're playing more 2 drops to play a more aggressive approach to it, or they're playing a more like greedy list. But Becker list definitely like not. I haven't took a look at his list, but just based on the last game, it looks like he's playing a really greedy blue white list with a lot more top end than you usually see in a blue white list.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. We finished this round before we hit overtime too, so we will be starting our next round a little early. So, what do you think are the key things for the blue-white mirror, though? Like, is there something you would be looking for as a player? Like, obviously, we know the builds slightly; they're both pretty unicorn heavy.
Well,
Uh,
I need to see the Zack deck list for both players. I don't know, like cause if you're playing if you're playing against what I played against my list I played last week, right, where I have the Akshat in there, it really discourage you like leaving up like a 1 HP blocker rested because it's such a tempo swing. If I get to ping your 1 HP um blocker that has a Kira under it or like an Amuro under it, it's such a tempo swing, right? Right. It
mhm.
really depends on the list. Like also like if they're playing a more like aggressive list with more 2 drops, right, that allows you to take a more aggressive approach and playing a faster early game and to just swing your opponent down. Then if you have the L strike links to follow up to slow your opponent's tempo down while you keep going you're ahead in tempo, and you can just turn everything sideways and just kill your opponent before they get to their top end. Or if they're both like it'd probably be a more grindy matchup if both players are just playing a more top end list. You probably would have a better idea because you know what their deck list is. I don't know what their deck list is, so you probably
I-
can
I'll
have.
I'll tell you, you can assume it's basically a 49 or 48 out of 50 card match. Like that's just what these blue-white control decks are. You're running the same strong core, and it's just like one player has a one card ratio swap from the looks of it.
It really does. It depends if like you can get cute. You can get cute about it because that's why I was testing the auction last week to see how I feel about it. The card in the deck list too. So you could definitely get cute about your deck list for sure. You could also just play a more tempo blue white version where you just play both Rizal and Durbalde. So because they're both 4 attack power units, right? They're really good in the mirror. You just play a lot of 2 drops and just swing a lot of 4s at your opponents. Then then you could like it really comes down to it. Maybe we're just seeing like really similar unicorn lists, but definitely there is like potential for like variances in the blue white list depending on like how your play style is and how you want to play like the mirror pretty much.
Yeah, but we are heading into our final round now. So, blue white mirror table one. Uh, both these are pretty long time players here at the Eagles Nest, Marincess and Becker. Marincess was someone who I did Marincess make the finals
Yeah, I
for
played.
season one.
She she did make the finals, and I think she played against Becker in the finals round one.
Okay, and then Becker is the person who is the semifinals of season one. For anyone who doesn't know, this
No,
isn't just
Becker's the person who is the finals, not semifinals.
or yeah, but for anyone who doesn't know, like this isn't just a box tournament. Players are earning points for a season two finals invite to a free win a box event. And how you earn points is every single week we take your best five placements first of all for your tournament runs. So if you had six first place finishes, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing as getting five. Take those five best finishes. They have point values assigned to them, and you can actually see the season two ladder right now. Taidana is currently leading it with 27 points from a first
Well,
and
I
second place
probably won't be
finish
leading it anymore because I'm
after
not playing.
tonight.
Well, I'm not playing. I'm not playing tonight, so probably won't be leading it anymore.
Yeah, but all these players are competing for a chance to earn top eight for a free win a box tournament. You win a full box for that season finals. That's what week 12 is. I have 12 boxes in the case dedicated to this tournament series. 11 weeks, I'm giving away a box every single week worth of prizing. Week 12 is a free win a box for our season finals. So hopefully we get to showcase some really cool action. I don't know what the exact release date is for set two, but I don't think we'll be in the set two format at that point. I guess we might. Hey Johnny, how we doing, man? We're just entering into our final round for tonight. We saw a very dominating performance of blue white these top tables, and I think that's a trend that we're going to continue seeing into season or season one into regionals, just into more of the premier high level events.
It's I think it's just such a consistent deck. That's another thing. Like it's when this is such a the game's so early on, and it's just has the most consistency that you can get playing a deck right now. When there's not much like how like it's developed like One Piece or Digimon where there's a lot of searchers in the game. So
Mm-hmm.
it makes your deck more consistent. Where when there's such a limited amount of draw power in searching, blue white just has access to all the draw power and consistency cards that are really really efficient at what it's doing.
Yep. Hey Garrett, love to hear that. Yeah, we absolutely love putting on these events for the community, and I love getting, like I said, different perspectives. I think it's fun to have a co-commentator that can add a different point of view. We've talked like we saw your white green Operation Meteor deck that you and Ben put together for the beta alt tournament, and we definitely seen some people try repeating that success tonight. But the blue white control players were a little bit more prepared for the matchup, I think, this time around. And the other thing is I feel like it is also just like a pilot, like length on deck pilot experience for the other person as well. Because I think we had some turns we could have played a little bit better. But I guess, Reese, if you want to do one final poll for tonight, who do we think is going to win? Do we think a Becker is going to win, or do we think Marincess is going to win? If you want to call them out by their playmats, that's totally fine.
Digimon playmat and Digimon slash Yu-Gi-Oh playmat vs what's Becker's playmat?
Gurren Lagann, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I see Omnimon's worth defeat in the top corner. I think that's his lighter, actually. I think we had that in the finals because it was like 3 a.m. for Rebecca. I think it's actually later because that was a long night. Just in case you guys don't know, season one finals.
It's like a really slow opener for Marinsa. She passed with 3 resources up.
Yeah, okay, we went with the playmats. Which anime's better? Yu-Gi-Oh or Gurren Lagann? That's fair. I'll be honest, I actually seen a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh. I enjoyed it when I watched it.
It looks like Becker is having a good curve opener and curving into Rizel, into A lift rift. Becker's opening a really good curve. Marisa's opening a really slow curve here. She missed as a ward on 2, a 2-drop on 3, so she's really behind on board because she skipped 2 turns here. She's just playing Gundam here. If Becker has the L strike link here, I think Marisa's might be just dead here if Becker has L strike right here. Because Becker can bounce the Gundam the hand, swing 2 more damage, and if it decides to swing with the L strike link, that's 3 damage. Marissa just loses 3 life here. If Becker has exactly the L strike link here, it could be the game might be just over really quick here. Becker is just swing life here. Yep. An air 4. Yep. Becker is definitely taking. Looks like Marissa is playing a more really greedy list. She's playing also rebuild on her list. She's playing a super greedy list. Looks like. So we're just pretty much, does Becker have a L strike link here, Gundam link? Oh, he does have it. Does he have the Kira here? He has the
It's
Kira.
the Kira. We're going phase.
Is he gonna
This
swing?
This is your favorite way to play blue white
Yeah,
mirrors.
yeah. This might be over already. Like Marin says is so behind here. Like she needs a Zack. If she does not have an L strike link here to get rid of 2 buys, she might just be dead here. She needs exactly. Does she the Gundam link? So it's a little weaker. It gets her 1 body here.
Yeah, but like we have to start answering this board. Like we're being rushed down. Like they're playing Zeon aggro. But everyone here in chat, if you guys don't know, this is a very valid way to play blue-white mirrors. Like if you have all the links and the great curve in hand, you can punish the mirror match by whiffing out and saying, "Hey, you don't have a way to respond to my board. I'm going to keep pushing face, and it's your problem to answer my board now." Because I play all these stat efficient bodies to begin with.
So if Becker has the Gundam link here, he can swing Marissa's down to 0 life here. Actually, does Marissa have 1 life or 2 life? He could go for game. Is that 1 life or 2 life that Marissa has?
I believe it's 2. It looks like 2 to me.
Okay, it's 2. Okay, so Becker can get Marissa's down to 0 life this turn, depending on what's his hand.
It took 7 tries, but you finally pulled the God Star. Congratulations on that, Johnny. I opened a lot of starter decks, and I did not open a single one.
Yeah, I heard you had the starter deck addiction to opening starter decks.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, just like historically for me, I've played Digimon since the game came out. We're in the middle of BT22 right now with 10 side sets, just about.
Oh.
I have lost that dopamine rush of opening packs, but for Gundam, it's so fresh. I'm so excited to open stuff. And I think it's because like I'm excited to collect so many cards from Gundam, so it's like it gives me more excitement for opening anything in Gundam. So Star decks, I was definitely addicted to cracking for a bit, but I gotta leave some for the local community to make sure that we can get more players into the game too.
I think Marissa actually might be fine here. Becker had a really slow turn here. He didn't have a follow up for a more aggressive turn.
It might just also be a time to pivot, saying, you know what, like I've kind of bullied you hard enough here. Whatever you do now, I think I can.
No, I mean if he could play aggressive, I don't think you ever pivot from the spot. You just keep the aggro up and playing quality units, and Marissa has to be forced to answer the units because she's down to such a low life she could just die.
I mean, like if you have unicorns in hand, like does it matter? Like if your hand's 3 unicorns right here or unicorn Bonager, I don't think it really matters. Like that's why he's just trying to
no. I'm saying like it depends on his hand. You have to look at his hand. Like if he has a like bricked hand, like you already did all his aggressive, right? But if he had the option to keep playing aggressive, I think he would have took the aggressive approach to keep just playing quality buys and just keep pressuring Marinsas to answer. It looks like, but like as you can see here, Marinsas, it looks like Marinsas is starting to stabilize here since he had to play a slow turn that turn.
Yeah, I mean, Bonager on anything in this deck is 6/6 stat line is actually crazy.
I think it's the most crazy on Freedom being 6/8. Yeah, it looks like I think Becca ran out of gas here. You can see he's slowing down here. He's like he might be like bricked up with like a lot of top end because he's playing the bases, he's playing the draw twos. He's like slowing down here.
Yep, we're in pass with 1 up. Do you think there's any action timing commands that are worth playing aside from naval? Because I know we talked about that at the start of the night.
You could consider playing maybe 1 copy of Unforeseen. It's a cute card, honestly.
Yeah.
It's cute, but like You maybe play one Hawk if you want more Sword Strike links. If you're scared of more aggressive decks, like it's most of the commands that aren't like show resolve or overflowing. It's probably just like you play a one of as a cute tech kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like Marincess is definitely just stabilizing here. She's like, she had a rough early game, but it looks like since Becker ran out of gas to keep pressuring her, like where he had to play a base and play a show to draw, waste 3 resources to draw 2, because it probably had a lot. He was probably having a lot of top in or pilots in his hand, so he had to slow down his aggressiveness. Now it's playing. Marincess is just starting to stabilize her board now at this point. And she's just sitting like if Becker can't answer this Archangel, she's probably just gonna keep milking this Archangel value for 2 every single turn to get to keep her hand size in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting factoid for anyone who does not know. Currently, Limitless breaks down the Unicorn builds from the Freedom builds. The blue-white Unicorn control builds are 20-4 tonight. That means they have an 83.3% win rate. The worst record is X1, which is Levi, who lost like an early round.
So yeah, he lost. He did lose to. Okay, he has the Bonniger here. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, so just saying, like, Blue Eye control with the Unicorn top end is really good. Levi finishing his run tonight X1, just losing real early in the tournament tonight, but probably strong enough for top 8 finish still, if I had to guess. Yeah, we're swinging the Rezel, forcing the block, and this forces a good trade for us. We're totally fine with that on Becker's side. So how much do you value just a stat stick Ale blocker now that has 3 damage on it? Do you feel like it's worth saving here?
No, you always trade with the Unicorn here. It's such a good trade. You're trading it. You just swing into Unicorn. It's a 1-to-1 trade. Becker doesn't have any resource up, so there's no unforeseen instance to play around. You just swing in, get the value trade.
Yep. Because when attacking tap a blocker is pretty rough. And there's our first show on Marincess' side, I believe, too.
Yeah, Becker has played 1 so far. Like I think if Becker had the keep going pressure, this game probably would have been over already. We would have saw that early finals, but it seems like it's gonna be it's gonna go into a longer game.
I'm curious why we didn't just play Archangel first, just to draw in case it's a slightly better quality card, but I suppose Bonniger on RX does let Rezel break the base. This is
it could be like it could be like a ordering thing, but I think it might have been she already determined what she was wanting to do for the turn, and the Archangel was just like she just had 1 resource left over, and she just decided just to use it, might as well, kind of thing.
Yeah, Bonniger on RX is a 5/6 that recovers 2, and during pair gives extra attack to the board. That's
during your turn he's pretty good. During your turn it becomes a 6/6.
Yeah. Yep, and
that's
there's
a freedom with Kira under it. Is that Kira under it?
Yeah,
just breaking the base. Oh no, he's just getting the free trade. Yep, that's pretty good.
I mean, we can take it slow now. Like, we're not as scared, I feel, because we have
Lift
freedom established. Like, establishing freedom is just crazy good in this
6,
matchup.
8, minus. I think swinging this freedom here, it does get punished pretty hard by a Unicorn Bonniger. That's one thing that it does get punished, but it's not the worst thing because I guess Becker's just like just going for full board here because based on he probably has a really top end hand in his hand at this point. That's probably what I assume based on like him playing a lot of turns of playing slow to like to keep his hand size healthy. So she's going 6 here into life. That's up near Boniger to hand.
Yeah, that's the one from the release event, I believe, right?
That is the one from the release event.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I know someone mentioned in chat, we have 4 alts of Boniger already. Because you have the beta, you have the beta alt, you have the promo one there. And then I guess if you count, like, the non-stamped version, he doesn't have a unique art in the set 1, does he? Or does he? I know Reedy does.
There's a beta exclusive art for Boniger, and he has a different art in set 1.
Okay. Gotcha, yeah. That's funny. Just like, it took Digimon forever to have like that many printings of a single card. I don't think even One Piece has that many iterations of a single card art-wise, or at least
Yeah,
that quickly.
Gundam is printing a lot of card art early on. You can see like all the resources we have, like all the
Nami?
EX,
I don't know. I don't know, Risu. There's not that many Namis. There's totally not the set 1. I know what you're talking about. Set 1 base, set 1 alt, starter deck alt, the SP, the Grand Theft Auto one. Yeah, that one has quite a few. I think there's technically the revision pack one also. Yeah, so we're getting another perfect strike down. Now we're just kind of like playing the grind game a little bit. The only thing working in Becker's favor, aside from like obviously he has more bodies on board right now, is the fact that he was able to push down so much life in the early game. So Marinesis doesn't really have a lot of room to like have any room for error. You have to be very precise with these turns.
Yeah, she needs to keep up with Becker's board while like chipping him down at the same time.
Yeah, it's first you're fighting for board 100%.
Yeah, because like since Becker played she had such a slow early game compared to Becker's aggressive early game, she's so far behind at this point, based just on like the life, right? So is that a Amuro L strike here? So you're probably bouncing the perfect strike, tapping down the freedom.
Yep, and then we get a shrink on from our. Oh wait, you don't have a pilot, so we don't get the shrink on from our freedom.
I honestly
Freedom
like depending our hand, I also like the bouncing the could be an argument to bounce the Liffer hand because you want to force the block with a perfect strike. Wasn't there an argument for that too? Because if Becker wants to save here, like he just blocks the Liffer if he wants to save his freedom. So he's just probably doing the math on like what can Marincess do?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, so she's just swinging base here. Probably freedom. Is she going life here, or she's going try to trade freedoms here?
I think I'd be trading freedoms here. Like, unless you have a way.
Yeah, so just trading freedoms here.
Yeah, I was gonna say we already tapped resources. There's no way we have double link in this hand. And passing back over to Becker. Like, we're not dead to this board. We might be dead to an Amuro line.
If Becker has Amuro, she might be dead. Amuro would link his game here. So Amuro and a link his game here.
Yeah.
Near RX, so he's got the Amuro. He has Amuro. It's probably game here. Unless he has a base in life. So yep, 6 here. Break the base. Swing the 3 here to see if it's a base last life. Oh, base last life.
Okay, so it's
so how much resource do you have? He has 6 resource up, so it's still game here if he has a link, another link in hand.
Yeah, because all the links in this deck do enough damage.
Yep, all the links this deck does hit the 6 HP, most likely threshold. So if he has another link here, it's game.
We also have RX helping out too.
Yep, so he taps 2 for a white base. Okay. I mean, I think it's Becker is just in such a good spot right here. Princess would need like an air L strike link to get back tempo. She probably needs an air L strike here, link here to get enough tempo back. But her board is actually pretty strong here. She has it's one Gundam and a L strike both with a pilot under them. So her board is pretty strong. Oh, having to play the show there feels really bad. Because she really wants to like get board back this turn, or she might be dead. Probably swing the Gundam into the Amuro Gundam. The Gundam with Amuro under it, most likely. So she takes 5, right? From that. Leaving a 1 HP, repairs 2 at the end of turn, so it's at 3. Swing L Strike into most likely the Gundam that's rested. Use that, takes 3 there. Pays 2 the restand. She has 5 resource to work with. 3 for probably 2 blockers. Yep, 2 blockers, pass.
So how much of a potential swing do you think that last life base gave? Do you think it's a chance that we just totally scam the game now? Like, obviously, it's giving us a chance to fight, and Marines is doing their best to capitalize the board.
It depends on Becker's hand, because Marissa technically at this point has more cards in hand than Becker because she played more draw twos at this point. It really depends on Becker's hand. That last life base definitely is mattering because Marissa could keep milking the base value while maintaining a higher. Oh, he does have an air draw 2 here, while maintaining the hand size. So she has 3 blocker. He has 3 swings. So 1, 2. He would need a double link for game, but that's not possible now based on because he played a show and a OA, so he can't go for game this turn.
I was going to say, you're definitely a lot more attuned to finding these lethal situations out of these.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Becker hand is pretty bricked because it looks like his hand's pretty bricked because he had to play double OA and a show.
And we're also have to be scared of like, did we pitch a card for OA there?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, I missed it.
Looks like a L strike. Is that L strike? What's the pilot under that?
I think it's a Bonager.
Couldn't tell. Probably a Bonager, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very short line of attacks. I'm pretty sure it's Bonager.
So he bounced the perfect strike, which is correct here. He can't really do anything. He just passes here probably. He can't do anything here. He just passes the Princess.
You don't try swinging into RX.
RX is I mean, he could swing the perfect strike into RX, I guess, because that's 3 HP left, and force a block, I guess. I mean, yeah. I mean, the only thing probably it's not the worst thing. I guess.
Yeah, because they have Zwart. They're always going to block Zwart there.
I think he's also I guess like the only thing swinging in is like if Marincez has enough links in her hand, he could kill Becker on the clapback. If he hasn't like Amro's in her hand with like a Gundam link, he could kill Becker on the clapback because Becker has. I think that was white base with 2 lives, so I think that's what Becker was scared of, like getting killed on the clapback. That's why he didn't swing, and probably that's why he didn't swing on it into it.
Yeah, this is the point where it's like, yeah, you have to count your trash now, because like,
yeah,
knowing what you potentially have coming into your next turn matters a lot. We did see a lot of cards though, so now
he definitely did filter a lot because he played a show and double away that turn. But that was a really slow turn from her. But Marincez looks like she just has all the units in her hand. She's just dumping the units for full board.
I mean, do you think there's the argument that you just take the hit there to see if you burst the pilot out of life? I think there probably was, because you weren't dead to this. I guess you didn't know if you're dead or not.
No, he did take a hit. He took a hit for the what's it called?
We blocked Lifrith though.
Yeah, he blocked it because like he has a potential of dying to like Amuro Link. That's why. Like if Marin says, Marin says Marin says like a perfect like, Marin says like L strike, but she went like L strike, what's it called? No, L strike Kira, bounce 1, then Gundam Amuro to tapped the other one, he could have died.
Yeah. But for all 70 of you guys watching chat or stream, first of all, thank you so much for joining us for our final round for our
Dude, I'm
28
like
player
looking
local
at it.
summit.
I think Marissa's might have this just because of that last life base. That actually was such a big swing. Marissa's might have it. She has 5 units on board, but the Warriors can just block one swing just and the Gundam repair 2 at the end of turn. So it should only have So it took 5 repair 2, so it should have only 1 damage on it now. So it's a 5/5. Oh, I think Marissa's might have it here. Having to play a show here to draw 2.
I mean, if you do Ale, Amuro,
He has yeah.
one blocker.
I think Marissa's might have it here, depending on her hand.
There's too many blockers.
She has 4 swings here, not including if she has a link in hand. I think Marissa's actually might have it here.
Oh, I mean, there's not even a
unless Becker has the last life base also. That last life base might have like got Becker, honestly. Depending, like he's thinking pretty hard about this because he has 6 resource to work with. Like probably the most tempo swing can go.
Ale, Amuro. That should be game. If you have Ale, Amuro, because the Ale with Amuro, you bounce a blocker, tap a blocker. Amuro on the perfect bounce taps the other blocker, then you just swing out. But like if you had that, you would just do that immediately.
It's a Boniger, I think.
Yeah, that's a Boniger.
He's thinking on what the. Did he already bounce with that? Oh, I think he already bounced with that, right? Yeah, it's from last
year.
turn.
It's been on board.
So he needs. You're just dumping blockers, I think. Yeah. So this Princess game, he has 4 blockers. He has so Amuro under L strike gets rid of 2 blockers. Yeah, I think Marissa has his game here, depending on like what's her hand. I think Becker is just like hopes Marissa just doesn't have it, pretty much. That's what he's saying. Like, while like not blocking with the L strike there, he's going for more value. He just like hopes Marissa just doesn't have it. Okay, not last life base.
So we guarantee it. Like we have all of our resources.
She just needs Amuro. She needs Amuro.
Like literally one of the craziest pilots in the game. Like I see a world Amuro is probably one of the best. Like
she just needs Amuro. She needs Amuro here. Amuro bounces two blockers here. Then he has 2 blockers left, right? Then if he has a second Amuro, that's guaranteed. If she has a L strike with a Kira, that's also guaranteed. She has a lot of ways for lethal. It just depends on her hand. She has it or not. Oh, Unicorn's pretty good here too.
Unicorn Bondage sure does work too.
Unicorn Bondage is not the worst thing. So,
well, it's the same thing. You tap a thing. Oh, I guess you don't get.
It's not lethal. Yeah. She still needs Amuro. She still needs Amuro under the L strike to get rid of 2 blockers.
And that's a pass. Oh, we're both playing on the edge right now.
Becker just needs Amuro here. It's probably game. Unicorn.
Hey, you know Amuro is a good pilot if we keep mentioning how it
I think Unicorn also does it here. Unicorn Boninger does it here probably.
Unicorn Boninger.
Draw. Goes 7, taps down on blocker. Then he needs an air. Then he goes that. He needs 1 more pilot, I think. 1, 2, 3. No, he has it. Because you swing 7 at base. You tap down. You just tap down blocker. 2 swings left. You go and there's 6 at phase. That forces the other blocker. So then she has no blockers left. Yeah, Becker got it. Based on his board, he has it. Unless Marissa is playing any type of cube commands, I think Becker has it. Unless if Becker wants to play on any commands, but based on what's on board, Becker has the game.
Yeah, 4 cards in hand, 4 resources up. It could be quadruple unforeseen incident, man. I don't know.
so all Becker's had to do here is swing 6 with the L strike with Kira, force the last block out, then swings the other two units to break the base, and swings The last blocker for game. Unless he's probably just thinking about what kind of commands is Princess could be playing. That she's trying to play her. I mean, a witch of the bride saves a Princess here.
Yeah, that's a card that does have an alt art coming in set 1, so I'm not joking, because as an alt art in set 1, there's a chance you might see more people play it.
Yeah, technically, Becker could lose on the clapback if Princess is a Witch of Bride here and swings all out. Technically, he could lose on the clapback.
But okay, you got punished for the base once. What's the chances that your opponent's teching a command that will punish the blue-white?
Probably, it depends, like, most
unforeseen.
Likely not.
Unforeseen's realistic, but
unforeseen, yeah.
There's that block.
Yep. 4.
Does it make sense to pivot for board? Okay,
nah,
we're trying to go for
it. He's just going for it. He's just going for it.
He says, I was punished once. There's no chance I get punished twice.
Does he have something? Does he have anything to stop this? Oh, I think that's it.
That's game. There we go. Becker taking it tonight. Becker is like, dude, if you play another action command on me, I don't know if I could have handled it.
If she had an action command, Becker would have lost there. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for all 80 of you joining us tonight, that was the finals. That was fun. That was fun. You know, blue-white control, there's a lot of it, but I really do enjoy the fundamentals in the day. I've said it so many times. It just showcases who's the better player 90% of the time, and the rest of the time, it comes down to, like, card quality, which you guys are playing a very consistent deck. You draw a lot. You're going to see a lot of pieces, right?
Becker is just looking for his, like, where's the rest of his Amuros? It's like...
Yeah, 3 Amuros there.
Yeah, he's looking for... Yeah. Dude, like, Princess almost got the game away just based off that last life base. Becker almost lost the game just because, like, I don't know what was in her hand, but depending on where her hand, she could have just killed Becker.
Yeah. But for anyone who doesn't know, that was our finals for our week 3 of our Wednesday Night Wars, I think is what we're going to be calling them moving forward. Wednesday Night War box tournaments here at the Eagle's Nest. Risu Squirrel is our streamer tonight. He is sitting in the producer seat in the back. With me as my co-commentator was Taidana, one of our normal players, just taking a week off to commentate, just take a different angle here. But every single Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Discord link is down below in the description. Before we do close out tonight, we do have a few sellouts for upcoming events. So first and foremost, we have Sundam. Becker is the host of Sundam Locals. So if you guys want a chance to play with more of our European friends, join them for their event on the 26th. It's their first Sundam event, not on a Sunday. Just because on Sunday of this upcoming weekend is Eggman's Triple Win-A-Boxer Set 1, sponsored by EXP Share Collectibles. So if you guys are looking for more gameplay to watch before Gen Con season comes around, definitely take a watch at this weekend for these 2 events. The Sundam one does have registration slots open still. Eggman is sold out, but he will have a wait list. So if you guys are interested, make sure you check those out. Taidana, you have anything else you want to say before we wrap up the stream?
I don't have anything else unless you have anything else.
That's it. Thank you so much, everyone. See us again, same time, same place next week.